So now I know what you've been talking about. Doing this show from out of town takes all the stress out of it.
Is that
You're not around all the stuff.
Well, I hear that echo, man, big time. Sounds like we got, that's ridiculous.
Maybe I spoke too soon.
Just
Hello,
ridiculous.
Neil?
What is that? You can't hear that?
This is getting very stressful. Is Neil there?
Brother. You can't hear me at all?
Can you guys hear me?
Oh, yeah, I hear you, but you can't hear me. And all I hear is this ridiculous reverb.
Well, apparently,
we got the board all jiggle around. Oh, yeah.
So we can't make the link from Tulsa to Toronto?
Yeah. I hear you. Hello, world. It's QAM again, and I'm hearing this big, loud reverb.
Anyway, we tried. Neil Rogers coming up, folks. I'm sure he'll have something meaningful to say.
Hello?
Hello.
Oh, hello.
Hello.
Going once, going twice.
You don't hear me now?
We're out of here. Neil Rogers coming up. Thanks to everybody for today. We will see you again on Monday. Tomorrow, the Dolphin Digest guys will be in to do the show, and they'll be talking draft, of course. And don't forget our draft show at 10 o'clock Saturday morning. QAM time right now is 10 a.m.
The views expressed on the previous programs are those of the host, guests, and callers, and do not reflect.
Does anybody hear me, or are we not on
broadcast
here? There's that echo back again. Oh, I'm
agencies.
going back to bed. I'm not putting up with this. You people are insane. You're out of your mind.
Only in the Banana Republic, baby. Only in Miami.
I hear the voices. I listen to all voices.
Hey, old buddy, Jesus here. Have you peeled all the homos yet? We need their soul. Right, Pop?
There won't be anyone left when you get back anyway, son. Don't worry, George. I made you the decider.
I'm the decider.
Iraq was a good decision.
Don Rumsfeld is doing a fine job.
And I like the idea of blowing up Las Vegas.
Yeah, that's a city of sin anyway.
Funny how everyone who goes there says that.
Hey, Pop, where's the Virgin Mary?
Looking for a sandwich somewhere in France.
She makes great sandwiches.
That's because she uses real Hellman's mayonnaise, not the diet.
I hear voices.
Sam, is that you?
They know me as Toucan Sam, but I choose to look like a dog today. My only begotten son.
I'm the decider.
Laura sure looks sexy when she dresses like an old Russian woman.
I listen to all voices.
Oh, brother, we're hearing voices all right. Echoes,
Yeah, twice
reverb.
and 3 times.
Huh?
All over the place.
Well, what was that all about?
Yeah, you asking me? We still don't know.
Every day we set new lows in broadcast history. Now you understand what I mean. Now, was I actually going out on the air when that was going on? Or what was the deal? Because Hank obviously couldn't hear me.
Right.
And I'm hearing this real loud reverb. I mean, it was like just... What was that?
We don't know.
Probably somebody in the control room potching around again. Probably Lenny Martez.
I kick your ass.
Our settings were set the way they're always set.
Our settings were set.
Right, and you heard the results.
And I was here, and the humper, I guess, thought I shined him or something. I don't know what he was thinking.
Oh, I think he knows exactly what happens when things like that happen or don't.
How would he know that?
Because he works here.
Don't tell me it's the QAM effing way. Is that what you're going to say?
Yeah, did you just hear that part?
God. I beg your pardon?
Good.
Let's see. Here's one for today's poll. Somebody just faxed in. Well, good. We'll get to that. Just relax, okay, Mr. Unsigned Suggester. Wow. That was the epitome of what's going on here, man. And, of course, we got the big winter rating book coming out Tuesday morning at 11:30. That should be really special. Geldy again today, 2 to 4. If you didn't get enough of Geldy yesterday, you got more today, 2 to 4. Oh, God. Mad Dog at the Sofa Kings between 4 and 7. Then Hurricane Hotline at 7. Nobody listens to that. Curtis 8 to 10 at AK at 10 o'clock tonight. No ball game. Marlins won a game last night. Let's hear it for your Florida Marlins. 7 to 5 right there in Chicago at Wiggly Piggly Field. And the good news is the game went on, Clarence tells me, till 6. So instead of like 5 hours ago, we only had 4. That was that thing we just had there. That's the epitome of what's going on here under this new regime. We always had our problems before, but now it's just
it's the same.
No, it's the same times about 3. I would say it's worse, much worse. Because at least in the past, they didn't pretend that they knew what they were doing. They just showed up with a bad haircut and the Brooks Brothers suit. But this guy walks around, hey, Pally. In fact, he reminds me, speaking of that Hiya, Pally.
Hiya, Pally.
The old glad hand and the pat on the back. Always be very wary when that pat on the back gets a little bit low.
Rectum.
You know what I'm saying? Be nervous about that. Be afraid. Oh, speaking of being afraid, thank you again, Mr. President, for your low gas prices.
Well, he's going to do something about it now.
Will you just relax? ExxonMobil, the world's largest publicly traded oil company today, reports quarterly profit has surged, driven by rising oil prices. And, of course, that lays bare this whole lie about, well, it's because of the emission standards and the refining of... right. Net income in the first quarter for ExxonMobil was $8.4 billion. That was their net income, the first quarter.
I think I'm feeling nauseous again.
Revenue jumped to $88.98 billion from $82.05 billion last year. They're up $6 billion, and you people are paying through the nose in the old hose.
Cube!
Whatever you call it there at the pump. You're getting pumped. Crude oil prices have risen steadily from about $20 a barrel in 2002 to over $75 last week, and Bandar Bush is rubbing his hind legs together. He's so happy. But the fat profits have angered U.S. drivers grappling with rising gas prices and provoked sharp criticism of big oil from lawmakers and consumer advocates. And one of these days, they're going to get around to doing something about it. They're going to just grab the tiger by the tail and swing it. So if I were you, I'd boycott ExxonMobil. That guy the other day, what a jerk. What an idiot.
Yeah, with that chain email.
Yeah, boycott. Don't drive, okay? Get out your bicycle. Get out your little moped. Although the moped needs gas, too, but nevertheless.
That's right.
What doesn't run on gas? How about that? We talked yesterday about maybe the kids with those, what do they call them, Josh?
The scooters?
No, the Heelys.
The
little
Heelys.
shoes with the wheels.
Oh,
right,
yeah,
the
yeah.
shoes with the wheels. Get you a pair of Heelys and just zip your way right off to school and to work and wherever.
I'm going to get a golf cart.
Zip yourself right to downtown Miami, because I understand that's the cultural center. That's the epitome of the universe. Yeah, George got a chance to see that fax this morning from yesterday and just had a good belly laugh. In fact, that inspired me for tomorrow's poll about downtown Miami, because I'm sure that most of you right now are on your way to downtown Miami, do your shopping and dropping, a little bit of plopping. Oh, yeah. I can't wait to get back to town so I can check out all the new paradise in downtown Miami, all the buildings and the big shopping mall. And, oh, my God, see all the new homeless people down there. It's going to be a real tweet. Here's yesterday's poll. See, this is what got Mitch from South Beach angry. That's what inspired him, because I'm giving out bad information, and my numbers are in the tank, and I'm going down the
tube.
Although it's possible, because, you know, when you're on the Titanic, you may have been a real good swimmer, but that didn't help you too much. Because once it hit rock bottom, that was the end of that. But Tuesday morning we'll find out. And we'll find out if everybody's really going to cross over there. Not that it has anything to do with our audience, because we don't do a sports show. So the fact that these people are obsessed, have like a nervous crap about 790 every day, we don't really care about them that much, because I'm still confident they're not going to be doing. They'll never crack a 2 there in Midday and Men. No chance. But we'll see Tuesday morning if they're doing it. That's what Jimmy Syphilis is telling people, and Joe Rose and all the other people that work over there. What best describes most of the South Florida residents? We had 1,607 vote. Brain dead. That was my vote, and it wins hands down your pants. 370. Brain dead. Now, it's too bad we didn't have 2 other categories, because I couldn't spell that one. And also, babloop, babloop, babloop. Yeah, we couldn't spell that one either. Babloop. A-holes, 247. What'd I tell you, Josh?
Yeah, you were right.
Late addition. Somebody called in with that one, and the A-hole went all the way up to second place.
I would have voted for that.
247. So many A-holes in so little time in South Florida. Most of them on the highway, by the way.
Uh-huh.
Look to your right and look to your left. You'll probably see several A-holes. Illegals, 179, and they're all scurrying away from those construction sites like crazy, like cockroaches now.
Good. Don't come back.
They want to get rounded up at the not-so-okay corral.
Let's keep starting that rumor every day.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, they're coming after you today.
It's a raid.
Right. In fact, they're bringing a big exercise can of that.
Let me get out.
That's what they're doing. They're going after illegals with big cans of raid. Average, 169. Boy, that is the highest compliment you could place South Florida. Average, 169. If South Florida is average, then that tells you a hell of a lot about what's wrong with the U.S., eh? Rude, 101. Rude, obnoxiously rude. Yeah. Oh, we got obnoxious separate. Rude, 101. Insane, 97. Now, I guess that covers for and babloop, babloop. Put them together. That's what you got, insane. Fine Americans, 82. Good, fine, upstanding Americans, just like everybody else. Just like the people in Massachusetts and Wisconsin.
That's fine.
Rejects, 80.
I kick your ass.
Okay. Ostriches, he's too good to be true. Ostriches, 65. Losers, 63. Hostile, 62. We hate you. Obnoxious, 42. Nasty, 25. Schmidt, 16. I was reluctant to put that on there because that's about as low as you can go to call people Schmidt. But 16 people said they agree with it. And anal, 9. We agreed you can't say anal. So anal, 9. Can you say anal?
I have an analog watch.
There you go. I got an analog watch, too, as a matter of fact. Anyway, so that's yesterday's poll. Well, look at this. Speaking of polls, People Picks its most beautiful people.
Yeah, that ought to be good.
Guess who topped the list of the top 100? I'll give you an audio clue, okay? If it ever gets around.
Oh, that's for the female, Angelina?
Yeah.
Rumors say that Angelina's baby is a boy.
She is not the most beautiful woman in the world, but nevertheless.
No, Scarlett Johansson is.
I didn't get around to the rest of this. She's got that pregnant glow, but let me give you today's poll first before we get on. Yeah, pregnant glow. But then again, so did Katie Holmes for a while.
Should have warned me before you
We're still trying to figure out who the father is. Well, there's Susan Collins. She talks like a retard.
Critical assets.
Critical assets. Susan Collins, the senator from Maine, and not quite so a malignant Republican, who talks a little like Drew Lieberman. It looks a little like him, too, as a matter of fact. Just different wig.
Wow.
I think that's Drew Lieberman with a wig, isn't it?
She certainly has.
Discussing the report on the response to Hurricane Katrina, and her response is it wasn't good. Here's the poll today. South Florida's best play-by-play sportscaster of all time is, we got 480 votes, and we'll be hard-pressed to make that 1,000 today during the show. We made 1,000 even on a short show yesterday. Easy, George. Even without you here.
Oh, damn it.
George was puking his guts out yesterday, and the good news is I got up this morning and thought for sure I'd be handing the ball over to George because my throat was a little on I'm just getting over the ass end of the flu. But then all of a sudden, after I did all the appropriate things and
sacrificed the chicken,
and put my mezuzah on the door frame, all of a sudden things cleared up just fine. Rick Weaver, he got my vote. Mr. Weaver, don't make mistakes. He was good. He wasn't maybe the nicest guy that ever came down the pike.
He spun him right out of his jockstrap.
As nice as I could have asked anyone to be to me.
I wonder where he is now.
And he is on Clear Street right now.
Oh. Rick Weaver, 85, 86. He was the signature voice of the Dolphins and just sports, and he was a real pro. And, of course, nobody cares whether you're, only a bunch of idiots. Well, we worked with him in IOD, so we got to know him a little bit. The interesting part of it is during the time that he worked at IOD, I never really had that much dealings with him. I knew that Bill Calder used to tell me how bad Rick smelled, although I never smelled him. He didn't smell like the pro, I'll tell you that.
I sat right next to him many times and never smelled.
Well, maybe he cleared that problem up.
Maybe he did.
But when after he left, one day he came back. He had moved over to, this is after his wife died, and he moved to Mississippi. Right. And one day, I think it was on a weekend, and I was in there like dubbing stuff and doing some work for the show, which, what an idiot I was back in those days. And he came in. He was coming in to pick up some stuff or whatever he's doing. And, man, he was like my long-lost best friend. Although I did tell you about the Calders and Rick Weaver and his wife, and we had dinner one time. And, boy, I'll tell you, talk about self-absorbed. That's all he talked about was Rick Weaver. The whole time.
Yeah.
I did this and I did. You don't mess with Mr. Weaver. But he was a great talent, though. He really was. Misunderstood. He's dead now. Yeah, Rick Weaver, 86. It happens to the best of us. He's dead. I hate this poll, 78. I hate sports, 70. See, there's that good South Florida hate. Although in downtown Miami, there's no hate. There's just love everywhere. Love is in the air. Oh, guess who I saw in biography the other night? Andrew Cunanan.
Really? How's he doing?
He's still dead. I think that it wasn't him, that body that they took out of that houseboat. I think it was somebody else. Andrew Cunanan. And I looked at that houseboat, and I keep thinking all the times we've all driven by that thing. I wonder if it's still there.
No. Remember it sank?
Oh, it did? It stank.
What I heard, yeah.
Because he was rotting in it. The funniest part of it is that they surrounded the thing, and they fired all the gas pellets. And meanwhile, he'd been dead for hours,
Well, you can't be too sure, you know.
That Latino housekeeper who was like auctioning off the pillows and the whatever.
That pillow with the blood.
Yeah, he had heard the gunshot because I guess Cunanan figured his time was up when he heard the guy come to the door, and he blew his brains out, and they're like all gathered around, you know, and he's inside dead. And then remember, they didn't even show this. It's too embarrassing on the biography show. They didn't show that the first time they came out and said there was nobody in there. Remember that? Mm-hmm. And that's because the smoke that they poured inside, the whatever they call those things, was so great it created they couldn't see anything. Then they went back in a second time, and there he was in bed, lied with his head blowed off. Rick Weaver, 87. I hate this pull. 81. I hate sports. 70. Joe Angel, 47. Boy, did he get screwed over by the Marlins or what? He was good. I like Joe. Good guy, good talent, and they screwed him bad. Actually, Dave O'Brien screwed him, and then Dave Vamoose. Am I right, Josh?
Yeah.
Don't. Yes. Sonny Hirsch, 41. Rest in peace. Look at all the dead people on here. Bill Zimfer, 39. Dave O'Brien, 28. Screw you, Dave. Idiot. Talk about an ego. Mo Howard David at 25. Now, there's a guy with no ego. Boog Shambi, 20. Eric Reed, 13, who talks through his teeth. Joe Zagacki, 11. That's quite a commentary. Geldy's got 11. Oh, holy cow. Low Nelly. Len Casper, 7. Jeff Rimmer, 6. Mark Vandermeer, 5. Dave Halberstam, 5. Although he does send some nasty homintosh in every forum. Jugs McDonald, 4. Chris Moron, 3. Dave Van Horn's only got 3. He is boring. Jimmy Syphilis, 3. Dave Strader and Rich Waltz. Dave Strader's the TV voice of your Florida Panthers. He's got none. And Rich Waltz has got none. And deservedly so. He's brutal. So that's that. Marlins won yesterday, whenever the hell it was. They won't lose today. And I do believe they come home for is it Colorado? Who are they coming home against tomorrow?
I'm not sure.
Oh, come on. You know, just because you're not on their payroll anymore, don't just jump off the bandwagon because they're going to lose over 100 games this season. That's bad. I got it here somewhere. They keep refaxing the schedule so many times. Like I said, they're home against the Colorado Rockies.
Well, maybe they can win 2 or 3. How about that?
I doubt it.
Me too.
10-14. Don't set your sights too high, then you'll only be disappointed. Don't forget this Saturday, it's the Big QM NFL Draft Party with Mad Dog, Joe Zagacki, and the big...
Rock solid.
The big... Oh! For all your draft day coverage. If you got to be daft not to check out the NFL Draft, join our folks at Hooters and Pembroke Pines for the QM NFL Draft Party this Saturday from 10 a.m. till 5 in the afternoon, presented by Heineken. Which Josh wants to clarify, he loves Heineken. Don't you? Drinks it by the gallon. Hey, for years I've been telling you to call 1-800-MATTRESS whenever you need a bed when the old mattress gets lumpy and bumpy and just is worn out. Don't last forever. They can deliver you a great new mattress within any 2-hour window that you pick. They have knowledgeable bedding consultants and lots more. Now, here's another reason to call. We want to congratulate our good friends at Dollar Mattress because this week we got a press conference, a press release. And, in fact, let's put the press conference on here. Press release from the New England branch of the Better Business Bureau, the BBB. That's where their headquarters are located, and the BBB gave out their annual Torch of Excellence Awards, and guess what? Dial Mattress won it again.
Oh!
This marks 3 straight years they won it on the basis of honesty, integrity, and ethics in all the markets they serve from Maine to Miami. So many places you can buy a mattress, so many bedding stores and department stores where they rip you off, and you have to waste a lot of gas and time schlepping around comparison shopping. Forget about that. Make that one easy call, because when you call 1-800-MATTRESS, you know you're going to be talking with a company you can trust. Choose from Sealy, Serta, Simmons, King Coil, Tempur-Pedic, Stearns & Bananas, Foster. And check out mattress.com on the web for all the styles and sizes, too. Do what I've been doing for years. Make that one easy call for the number one choice in bedding. Dial a mattress. 1-800-MATTRES. Leave off the last S because it stands for straighter.
This is Neil
Straighter
Rogers.
than a broken arrow.
This is 560 QAM.
He hit it! Oh, my baby did it! He did it! He did it! Oh!
Absolutely.
Just 2 young Duke boys, never meaning no harm. Accused of beating a stripper, got in trouble with the law. Now they wish they weren't born. Watching her curves, eyeing her heels, will prove they're innocent now. Well, their lawyers probably will. Making their way to the courtroom now. They had a little more fun than the campus allows. Just two young Duke boys.
I'll kick your ass.
From the Duke lacrosse team. Things sure got out of hand. Now all over the land they got their face on TV.
So somebody faxed in before the show and says, also add WIOD's Mike Inglis to the poll, who does the Heat games on the radio, I guess. Have you ever heard him, Josh?
No.
Says, I've seen him at the games. He looks like a schlub, but when you hear him on the radio, he's as good as it gets. Kind of like me. He looks like a schlub, but he's as good as it gets on the radio. That's me. So Mike Inglis, Inglis. I wonder if he's speaking English. You think? Probably.
I think it might be pronounced Ingles, but what do I know?
Well, it says here Inglis.
Okay, then it's English.
Oh, now maybe it's L. I don't know. It's hard. No, it's not that clear.
Well, I already put it on there, so let's go with it.
It's English.
It's English?
See.
I thought it was Spanish. Well, at any rate. So this most beautiful, and the only reason I even bother with this every year is because, first of all, it's all subjective, but secondly, they always pick a lot of really marginal people. And there are a lot of people out there who say, well, what would you know about beautiful women? Trust me, I know a beautiful woman when I see one, and can be even more objective about it. But nevertheless, so who's the first guy? I'm looking on their website, People Magazine, and they don't have the list per se. They want you to go out and buy the magazine. It hits the newsstands tomorrow, by the way. I'm sure you'll be out there grabbing it, and the magazine, too. So who's the first guy on here? Isaiah Washington. Do you know who that is?
No. Sounds like a jock.
He plays a doctor on Grey's Anatomy, and there's a picture of this dark-complected guy. Now, don't get me wrong. There's plenty of fine-looking dark-complected guys, like Malcolm, for example, Shamar Moore. But the more I see this guy, the more ugly he looks. He is nasty-looking. Now, of course, Josh says that he would prefer it would have been a white guy, but...
That's what he said.
You should have heard what he said yesterday. I'm still trying to get over that. I don't even want to go there. I'm sure he doesn't either. I'm sure he got...
I stand by that.
Huh?
Stand by it, man.
He said he was glad that the MVP... What's the guy? Nash?
Steve Nash.
Steve Nash is going to be the MVP. We had the big scoop on that in the NBA. And Josh said he was glad to see a white guy get it.
It's awesome.
Well, that's because there's only 7 white guys in the whole league.
You got to love that.
Mike in Melbourne says, just got a new car and it came with 3 months free of XM radio. It's okay, but the AM reception on the thing sucks. Could be a conspiracy. They have a Major League Baseball broadcast, and the promo for the deal, they play Dave Van Horn. I noticed you didn't put yourself on the poll, but at one time you did the Canes baseball games. No, I'm not into this patting myself on the back, self-flagellation or self-congratulate. No, that's not my bag, okay? Obviously, I did a great job on UM baseball, and I'm an outstanding. I would do hockey 1,000 times better than some of these pretenders, but that's not the direction I went in because all the illiterate ex-jocks were getting the jobs. And so I decided, well, I'm going to do like a little something else and maybe make a few bucks someday. And look how it turned out. Looky, looky here. As Mike Ranieri used to say, looky, looky, here comes Cookie. And I still don't know what that means, but it was cute. Remember when he used to say that?
Yeah, I do.
They got package deals. I miss Mike Ranieri. He's a good guy.
Yes, he was.
Eva Longoria's on here. You'd like this picture, man.
Yeah, I like Eva.
Not naked or anything, but she's just lying in a very seductive pose, and she looks really smoking.
She looks good from any angle.
Yeah, she looks... Oh, no, I had some bacon this morning. It's starting to, come back a little bit. The next guy here I'm looking through, you have to click these one at a time, click the next button. They got these big pictures, world's most beautiful people. James Blunt. To be blunt about it, I don't want to get too grotesque, but I've had BMs that look better than him. He is the nastiest. Oh.
I don't know who that is.
Oh, he topped the charts with You're Beautiful.
Oh, that guy!
He was a captain of the British Army. He looks like a bad bout of mumps.
That is the worst song that they play every 30 seconds.
If you like the song, you love the way he looks.
He's the hottest thing now, yeah.
Here's Beyonce. Nothing wrong with her.
Nothing at all.
Not a damn thing wrong with her. See, how come they can find the beautiful women, but the guys... Oh, here's Heather Locklear. You'd love this pose, man.
Sorry.
You'd love Heather Locklear in this pose, believe me.
I love Heather Locklear.
You ought to go to the People Magazine website. Oh, and look.
I guess I'm going to have
this has to be a racial thing. Aren't there any good-looking white folks? Terrence Howard, the Oscar nominee. What the hell was he in, Terrence Howard?
That sounds familiar. Was he one of the guys in Crash?
I don't know. Oh, yeah, that's right. He was the husband. Remember, she was...
Right.
I can't say she was doing him in the van.
I figure you would have approved of him.
What do you mean by that? No, he's
kind of light complected.
He's an okay-looking guy, but he's, I don't know, he's just kind of nondescript.
Okay, that's a good description.
Yeah, he's not.
That's a good non-description.
Guy. He's not a hot-looking guy. He's just a guy. That's all.
Oh, but he's
black,
hotter. He's setting the world on fire now, thanks to that movie.
Well, I'm not talking about that kind of hot. Hot in the wallet. Danica Patrick. She, I don't know. The picture's from like a long distance, and she's getting ready to hop on her scooter. She's getting ready to mount it. But she looks pretty good from a distance. But it's hard to make a judgment. You know who that is, Danica Patrick?
She's the race car driver.
No,
I don't think I've ever seen her.
No, she's not.
Yes, she is.
Zi Zhang. Oh, is she Mias, man? If you look up Miaskite in that Yiddish dictionary, you'll see her picture next to it.
I want to find this exactly. What's the name of it? Top what? Sexiest, hottest? What's the
world's most beautiful? No, just go to People Magazine. Go to their website. Go to the people.com. Actually, it's people.aol.com. But when you get to the people, and then you'll see a list on the left side there of all the different things in World's Most Beautiful People 2006. Click on that. It'll take you to where I am now. And then you click by these one by one. Zi Jiang, she is nasty looking. God, oh, brother. I guarantee you there were specimens in my backyard when I had my dogs. Avril Lavigne. Now, I like Avril Lavigne. Contrary to Josh, I like her music. I don't think she's even lukewarm, much less hot. Good Canadian girl.
She's very cute.
She's mousy looking, man. She's like one step away from, what's her name? Oh, no. Brandon Ruth. Who the hell is he? Oh, he's from One Life to Live, and he is another ugly guy. This could be the 100 most overrated looking people.
I ain't getting anywhere.
Rachel Bilson. You're not on here?
No, I can't. It won't come up. I'm either having an internet problem or something. It just won't go there.
Do me a favor, will you please?
People.aol.com.
Will you listen to me?
Yeah.
Google People Magazine. Can you handle that? Is this a little?
That was the first thing I did.
Yeah.
I'm on it, but it's really slow.
No, mine's like lightning, man.
Well,
like the Tampa Bay Lightning.
Here's the one.
That must be inside the building. Oh!
People.aol.
Naveen Andrews. Is this guy also a dark-complected guy? I can't even really tell what he is. Naveen.
Well, we're having internet problems or something here, or people is.
I don't have any idea who he is or what he does, and I'm reading this thing, and I still have no idea. Another really nasty-looking guy. Why am I wasting my time? Kill some good time, but boy, these people are really, most of them, the guys, ugly, and also that Chinese or Japanese chick, whatever the hell she is. Oh, my God. Now, is today the day you're getting the food, or is it tomorrow? Melting pot.
Tomorrow.
Well, that's something to really look forward to. I'd be
Fondue Fridays, B.
Yeah, Fondue Friday. Josh and George are going to be dipping it and
we're going to fondue it.
Put a big smile on their face because the melting pot is unbelievable. It's an experience 1,000 times more than it used to be back when they first started, back in my Zeta days.
There we go. World's Most Beautiful People. It just loaded.
Well, fine. While I'm doing the spot, you can take a peek
loading.
at it. Probably lose your appetite. Anyway, at the melting pot, it's a 4-course dining experience where you can really dip into something different. They got a whole variety of unique entrees and special dipping sauces for you to dip all your goodies in, just sticking right in there. Imagine starting dinner with the melting pot's renowned cheese fondue. That's one of the very best. Served with 3 different breads, Granny Smith apples, and crisp veggies. Next to choices salads, all with the melting pot's homemade dressings. Entrees include lobster, filet mignon, shrimp, Cajun seasoned chicken, pork. It's kosher, by the way. Portobello mushrooms, duck, and lots more cooked in oil or broth. Love that crispy duck. And those melting pot dipping sauces out of this world. They'll send you into orbit. And for dessert, this is even better than a trip to downtown Miami. That's how good it is. For dessert, the chocolate fondue is just to die for. Now, when they bring it in, do they bring in the dark chocolate and the white, or just one or the other?
It depends on what you order.
Because they do have both.
They do.
Dip your fresh fruits in there, man. Dip your strawberries, bananas, pineapple, cheesecake, brownies, topped off with tasty marshmallows, rolled in crushed Oreos and graham crackers. Oh, my God. This is so different. You know, most of your restaurants are pretty much the same. You look at the menu and they got, the same old stuff. But the melting pot, it's something different, something delicious, and something you can afford for the whole gang. So this weekend, head for the melting pot nearest by you. They're in Fort Lauderdale, Coral Springs, Boca Raton, North Miami Beach, Cooper City, and Kendall. Dip into something really different this weekend or real soon at the melting pot.
This is Neil Rogers. This is 560 QAM.
Honey.
She bats her eyes and purses her big lips. Miss Jolie wears her jeans below her hips. She's got a room full of sex toys and whips. That Angelina makes guys' pants fall off. Read about her in the Times or Post. There's no marriage safe from coast to coast.
Nicole Kidman is on this list.
If she meets your man, your love life's toast. Angelina makes guys' pants fall off. She'll start by kicking out her shoes. Let the wind blow up her skirt. It's an offer you just can't refuse. 'Cause she wants you for dessert. She walks towards you in her garters and thongs. Wants to manhandle you like King Kong. When you see her, you begin to froth. Angelina makes guys' pants fall off.
Absolutely.
Oh my God.
She's an almighty, unholy force. You'll lose everything in your divorce. But when you're with her, there's no remorse. Angelina makes guys' pants fall off. Before you know it, you're adopting her kids, following her like a dog. When she leaves you, your life is the skids. You'll read about it in her blog. That's the way that Miss Jolie lives life. Maybe you should have stayed with your wife. She's like a flame that attracts them all. Angelina makes guys' pants fall off. Angelina makes guys' pants fall off. Angelina makes guys' pants fall off.
She's got that pregnant glow, but it's Angelina's humanitarian efforts that make her the most radiant according to Peephole magazine.
By the way, now that I got this site working,
yes,
it's still slow. Did you skip past Jessica Alba?
No, I mentioned that.
Okay.
Maybe I didn't. I was looking at it. Maybe I didn't mention it. No, nothing wrong with her.
And this picture of Avril is great.
I'm telling you, look, I like her a lot, and she's a nice Canadian girl, and I do like a lot of her music. It's fun, but to put her in a category of the world's most beautiful people, don't you understand how silly this is?
Well, yeah,
like
they got a lot of people
you're
like
always
that.
saying, because somebody is famous, they're on TV or in the
Right.
movies, therefore they're hot. Well,
But that
she's
Ziggy
not hot.
Yang person.
She's cutesy, but cutesy doesn't make you one of the most beautiful people in the world. I could go down to the Eden Center to piss off that idiot with the fax yesterday. I could sit there in a shopping mall, and you can go to any shopping mall in town there and sit there for an hour and just people watch. I could go to Niagara Fallsview Casino and people watch for an hour and see zillions of people a lot hotter than anybody on this list. Believe me, trust me when I tell you. Believe you
Still
me.
a good picture.
Male, female, some you're not quite sure, but you'd like to find out. How come Enrique's not on here? He used to be on this list, and I'll tell you one thing.
He's out because he's out.
No, well, see, that's the problem. But he's still pretty, see. He's pretty.
I mean, these are based on people that have got something
But
going
are you
on
looking
right
at
now.
the guys that they got on there?
Yeah, yeah.
Now, do you see what I'm saying?
Mias.
Every one of these guys is not just not beautiful, but really, really ugly. It's kind of like you see who else is on there? What's his name from American Idol?
Ryan Seacrest?
Ryan Seacrest is on there.
I kick your ass.
Yeah, good. Go ahead. I'd like to watch that. It shouldn't take much. Ryan Seacrest. Does that tell you how stupid? Every year it's the same caca, man.
They got the guy playing the new Superman on here.
Really? I haven't
Big
gotten to
honker
him yet.
nose. Have you gotten to him yet?
No.
Random.
I'm off of that thing already. I got nauseous from looking at it. The pillow-lipped actress, getting back to Angelina, graces the cover of People's 100 Most Beautiful People on newsstands tomorrow. You're all going to want to go out and grab it. It's her fourth time on the list, but first is the cover girl. She looks the most beautiful when she's in the field. Natural, no makeup, nothing. In the field. The magazine quotes musician Wyclef Jean, who worked, am I saying that right?
No.
John? Jean. Oh, it is the frog thing. Well, that's because it's a Haitian thing. Worked with Jolie on a relief effort in Haiti. Wyclef Jean. Because you see, Angelina the Angel doesn't get any better than that. The magazine doesn't forget her boyfriend, Brad Pitt. Oh, please. Yeah, with the makeup, he still looks pretty good. Or her 2 children, either. People named the globe-trotting Jolie Pitt clan the world's most beautiful family. Oh, yeah. The world may have to wait several more weeks for the arrival of the Brangelina offspring. Oh, please, Brangelina my ass. Also making the beautiful people list, which until this year was limited to 50, Halle Berry. No problem there. Julia Roberts. Julia Roberts is not beautiful. She's not. I like a lot of her movies. I have no problem with her. But she's not beautiful.
She's got spaces between her teeth.
She's not even close to being beautiful. Okay, not even. She's not even a stone's throw to being beautiful.
She's
okay.
George Clooney, who is about as he's about as pasty and average looking. I can't even describe it. Scarlett Johansson. Now we're talking. Wait. When you hear the next one, you may have a relapse.
All right, let me strap in.
Let me give you a clue. Now here's the second clue.
Cookie dough. Not Kirsty.
Yes.
No.
This has to be a Scientology plot.
It must be.
If Kirstie Alley is one of the most beautiful women in the world, I am so glad that I'm...
Yay.
Oh, my goodness.
She wasn't beautiful when she was thin.
When was that, at birth?
100 years ago.
She's still doing those spots, and she's still a cow. That's the thing that kills me. They got her dolled up in these outfits that are so tight that they probably have to stick her in there with a shoehorn.
Mm-hmm.
And she's still a cow. In fact, the fact that they got her with those tight outfits on it makes it look that much worse. Ryan Seacrest, oh my God, and University of Southern California quarterback Matt Leinart. Now I don't remember what he looks like. Do you know what he looks like, Josh? I'm not going to ask you. You're an idiot.
By the way, you were asking about Naveen.
Yeah,
he's the Arab on the TV show Lost right now, which is hotter than hell. So that's why he's on there.
Oh, I see. He's the Arab.
He is the token Arab, right?
All 26 spokesmodels of the NBC game show Deal or No Deal were also chosen. All 26. How about Bob Barker? How come he wasn't on it? Oh, might as well have been. I got news for you. Even at the age of 110, he looks better than some of these guys they got on there. Here's somebody faxed this in. Some good news. Keith Jackson apparently signed off for the last time. Keith Jackson. Keith Jackson. Oh, Nelly. We got a Keith Jackson bit or two in here. Now we got to do the break, but I'm finished with play-by-play forever. Jackson told the newspaper, I'm going out to learn to be a senior citizen and find a president I can vote for and believe in. I'm not angry. I'm just going to go off like an old man sitting by the creek. In addition to serving as the primary voice of college football since 1967, that's almost 40 long, excruciating years of that corn-pone voice, although I do like him. The 77-year-old Jackson was also voice of Monday Night Football. Its inaugural season in 1970 is called NBA Major League Baseball games as well. He originally planned to retire at the 98 college football season end, but decided to return to the broadcast booth, focusing his announcing duties on West Coast games. This is different. He said, I'm 77. He's 77. When he expressed to us that he was considering retirement, we repeatedly tried to convince him otherwise, but we completely respect his decision. Said Executive Vice President of ABC Sports. See, I was going to talk to Hank about this, or I will tomorrow, if we can hook up at all. Based on what happened this morning, it seems highly unlikely. Haile Selassie. Did we ever find out what the hell that was all about?
No.
Because he obviously couldn't hear you guys either.
Right.
So
they couldn't hear this studio for some reason.
Oh, God. You know, what's the use? We do the best we can under impossible circumstances. That's all I can tell you, folks. We just do the best we can, and we keep puking our way along. And these people, man, broadcasting ain't us. They should put a big sign, a big billboard out there in front of that building. Broadcasting ain't us. We got 609. I kind of like 409 by the Beach Boys. I might have to crank that baby up. But we got 609 on the poll. 618, as a matter of fact. They're coming in chunks. And Mark Inglis don't have any votes. We went to all the trouble. Josh had to work feverishly to put that on there. And he's got the big so far.
This is Neil Rogers.
Even the guy that faxed it in didn't vote for it.
This is 560 QAM.
Fans beginning to boo the play selection.
Hello, I'm John Kerry. And when I'm president, I'll make life better for all Americans, including Dick Cheney's gay daughter, Mary. I will fight for your health care rights, whether you're single, married, or gay, like Dick Cheney's daughter, Mary. I will work to eliminate the deficit, because taxpayers, like Dick Cheney's gay daughter, Mary, deserve better. And so, on November 2nd, make your preference clear and vote for me, John Kerry. I'm John Kerry, and I approve Dick Cheney's gay daughter Mary.
I kick your ass.
10:46, 14 before 11 at QM. We got Geldy coming along again. Oh, my God. We're just Geldy intensive these days on this station, which fits right in with our technical ambiance and the crossover we did with the Humper. One of the things I was going to talk to him about today, but unfortunately we didn't get the chance, was Barry Jackass's column, Idea Raises Hopes for Marlins Stadium. How do you like that?
Oh, my God.
Hialeah city leaders who recently won clearance to build an industrial park on 1,100 acres of land that had been off limits to large-scale development are discussing a plan with Dade County that would devote property taxes from the industrial park to building a new stadium for the Florida Marlins. Your Florida Marlins.
Hialeah Marlins.
No, that's really, I don't know. Is it really Hialeah where they're saying?
I don't know.
Well, if you wait just a second. Hold your horses now. Don't be so negatory, man. Hialeah Mayor Julio Robaina says he expects developer Armando Codina to donate part of the land to the city, which will then give it to the Marlins, who've been trying for years to find money to build a new stadium with a retractable roof. But even with lots of public help, the team was still about $100 million short of the stadium's $400 million price tag, and that's where the property tax plan would come in. Dade County Manager George Burgess and Hialeah Council President Steve Bovo said the idea is out of discussion. Bozo. Oh. It's a viable alternative, Burgess said, to the plan, which would need the county commission's approval. It's an approach we have agreed makes sense. We're moving quickly. Though the deal is far from final, Barry says a successful resolution would keep the Marlins, who've recently flirted with the idea of relocating to San Antonio in South Florida. Any interest?
No.
Anybody care?
No.
Dave Hyde says you ought to spend your tax money for it. You're wrong, Dave. You're full of crap. We have to look at this carefully to see what kind of development could occur here, he said. The property taxes paid by businesses that located in the industrial park would be split nearly evenly, half to Hialeah and half to the county, Robina said Wednesday. Burgess said shares from both governments' property taxes would go toward the stadium, though Robina earlier in the day said he envisioned that no Hialeah money would be used. Any Hialeah involvement would require Hialeah City Council approval. Let's get what's his name, John Bernetti involved in this. He's got the magic touch. Everything he touches turns to crap. Under the scenario, the stadium would be built on a construction debris landfill site. I think that's appropriate. Near the Turnpike and 170th Street. Codina's plan for the industrial park there would include offices and warehouses. The Marlins, who are declining comment on the stadium issue, are facing a May 15 deadline to respond to San Antonio's proposal to ask their voters to extend hotel and car rental taxes that would help finance the stadium there. The Marlins have said they prefer to stay in South Florida, but haven't ruled out San Antonio. They're not going to San Antonio.
No.
There's no chance of that. First of all, Houston would allow it they're not a Chinaman's chance in hell they're going to sit still for that. And secondly, it's not a big enough market. Why not just move to Buffalo? If the proposal goes, or why not just say, hey, guess what? This isn't a sports market, South Florida, huh? That would be the honest answer. We just can't make it here. Why not just a little bit of honesty involved here? Well, we can't do that. Look at all the crowds they drew when they were like two things. When they won the World Series. In fact, the first time, I don't recall if they did it again the second time. But actually into the playoffs, they weren't like selling out. The first in 87. And then finally, with the bandwagon jumpers, we got all whipped up into a frenzy. Then we love the Marlins. When can we go? You know, or like if they're giving away crap like this weekend, aren't they having some big floppy hat giveaway or something?
Oh, I'm sure they are.
Then all the schnorrers will be out there. Oh, they're giving away something free. Let's take the kids and let's put Grandpa and the walker in the car and schlep him along. Everybody going to get a floppy hat. And of course, then you can sit on your floppy hat.
Rectum.
And whatever on your floppy ass. Mark from Hellendale Beach says, I read an article in the Slum Sentinel today, said the Florida House of Representatives unanimously voted to make In God We Trust the state motto. No, I think you missed a word there, Mark. It's
Neil, God.
We trust. Imagine that, elected officials shoving their personal religious beliefs down the throats of the people they serve. Can't imagine that. Sounds like Taliban light to me. No, it sounds like Florida to me, Mark. Sounds like Jeb Bush and his redneck legislators. On another note, two great Sterling Hayden films you may want to check out. The Asphalt Jungle. I'm sorry, Joyce, the Asphalt Jungle and The Killing. I think I saw the Asphalt Jungle about 100 years ago.
I saw the
Fault?
No.
Oh. Must not be a tennis guy. How come there's no tennis players on this pool? There's usually some pretty hot tennis people.
I guess there's none out there right now.
No.
They're hot. Not
Wait till you hear this. Leave it to the Republicans to come up with a real good Band-Aid fix for this gas deal. This is a hoot. That's what I had. She was out there talking about Katrina before. Susan Collins. Every American taxpayer would get a $100 rebate check to offset the pain of higher power. Are these phones working today, by the way? I'm not really sure if... oh, yeah. Here's one. QAM, hello.
What is wrong with Julia Roberts? She's one of the sexiest women in the history of man.
Yeah. Go get lost. Go back to David Cassidy. What would you know about women anyway, you faggot? Idiot. Julia Roberts is not beautiful, okay? I'm sorry.
And thank you for saying that.
Good actress. Thank you for saying what?
But she's not beautiful. I'm tired of everybody saying she's just fine. She's okay.
She's just
okay.
In fact, I would say she's average looking at best.
It's like there's nothing wrong with her, but,
If she weren't an actress and you saw her in the shopping mall, you wouldn't look a second time. You probably wouldn't look the first time. Not one of those women that you'd stop and, like, in your tracks say, holy cow, and, like, look, check out her ass on the way by. You just wouldn't do that.
I'd check out her ass.
But then again, the guy with the eyes, you're such a bozo, man. He's just jealous because Susan Day's still popular and David Cassidy faded into oblivion. Or is it the other way around?
They're both oblivious.
Grow up already, will you please?
I kick your ass.
That's right. George says, just come to another one of his appearances.
I kick your ass.
Right. He's going to bring Letty Martez along as his personal assistant. Anyway, can I get back to this thing? Every American taxpayer would get a $100 rebate check to offset the pain of higher pump prices for gasoline. Under an amendment Senate Republicans hope to bring to a vote today. Ooh, $100. That should fill up your tank, what, about halfway?
Once.
However, the GOP energy package may face tough sledding because it also includes a controversial proposal to open part of the Arctic National Wildlife Refuge in Alaska to oil exploration, which most Democrats and some moderate Republicans oppose. Democrats are also expected to offer their own competing proposal as members of both parties jockey for political position on the gas price issue. Did I say thank you, Mr. President, for those low gas prices? I noticed that punk never called us back since he said that back during the election, huh? Or back after the invasion, the Iraq attack, which now everybody in the world knows was bogus, was based on a pack of lies. They had all set up, all cooked up from the beginning, from the get-go.
Right.
But, of course, they needed some major event like 9/11 to take place to give them the green light so the public would sit back and allow it to take place. And people would, offer themselves up to be human sacrifice over there, like the 2,400 nearly who are dead now. But other than that, Julia Roberts is not beautiful, okay? She's not only not one of the most beautiful people in the world, but she's not beautiful, period.
She's adequate.
She's marginal looking. Good actress.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, the movie I liked her the best in was the one where she was, the husband was crazy and beat the crap out of her.
Sleeping with the Enemy.
Sleeping with the Enemy. Boy, that's a good movie.
You still haven't seen, even though it's much ballyhooed, and I resisted seeing it, but
Yes, I have.
I wish I did. Aaron Brockovich.
Yes, I have.
You saw it? Finally?
I've seen it.
Oh, okay. Because you hadn't there for a while.
I've seen it.
All right.
It was okay. She's good. She's a good actress. She takes a lot of... I know it is. She takes a lot of heat and a lot of crap for whatever reason I really don't know. I guess people don't like her. Or maybe it was the fact she got married to Lila Lovett and people are running, what was that all about?
That's what it was.
My goodness. I'm surprised he's not on this list of the most beautiful people in the world. Well, to each its own. There's probably somebody who thinks that the guy with the eyes is one of the most beautiful people in the world. I mean, worked for Herman Munster and John Kerry. Good news from Iraq, baby. Gunmen killed the sister of Iraq's new vice president in Baghdad today. Maysoon al-Hashimi, sister of Tariq al-Hashimi, and her driver were killed by 4 gunmen driving in a BMW in the Al-Alam neighborhood of southwest Baghdad today, about 8:30 this morning, their time. Tariq al-Hashimi, a leading Sunni official, was named just days ago as vice president, serving under President Jalal Talabani. Al-Hashimi as Secretary General of the Iraqi Islamic Party, has called in the past for the use of force to put down Iraq's insurgency. It was the second killing in al-Hashimi's immediate family in 2 weeks. On April 13, his brother Mahmoud al-Hashimi was shot dead while driving in a mostly Shiite area of eastern Baghdad. Meanwhile, because things are going so well, senior military officials said yesterday that General George Casey, the top U.S. commander in Iraq, has tentative plans to reduce U.S. troop levels there by about 30,000 by the end of the year. Casey said he's still on his general timeline for recommending further U.S. troop reductions. That's because things are going so smoothly and so well.
Oh, we're fine.
You betcha, man. Things are going peachy keen, at least for some of the people still alive, not the ones who don't have no electricity, and the ones who leave home every day in terror, terrified that they're going to wind up dead, or the rest of their family. 650 votes on the poll. I think we still got a shot today. 654. South Florida's best play-by-play sportscaster of all time, Rick Weaver. I hate this poll has moved to the top. Well, screw you. 107. Too bad. I think it's a fine poll. We did it, years ago. Rick Weaver, 106. I hate sports, 85. Hate it. Joe Angel, 64. Sonny Hirsch, 53. Now, Sonny was a good guy, but no comment. Bill Zimfer, 51. I just don't want to say anything about it. Dave O'Brien, 33. Mo Howard David at 33. Boy, they sure missed the Mo Man now. That was a bad mistake, Joe. Bad mistake. Cut loose the Mo Man. He was the secret weapon. Luke Shamby, 28. Eric Reed, 19. Let's get a lot more Eric Reed talking through his teeth about the heat on the air. Geldy, 15. Wow. Joe Zagacki, 14. Those two are like in lockstep. Dave Halberstam, 10. Mark Vandermeer, only 8. What was wrong with him?
Nothing. He just wasn't here long enough.
Oh, Len Casper, 7. Jeff Reamer has got 6. Judge McDonald, 5. Dave Van Horn all the way up to 4. He is zooming up there. He's tied with Jimmy Syphilis with 4. Chris Moran's got 3. Mike Ingles got 1. Speaking English. Dave Strader and Rich Waltz so far both have got the big.
Oh!
And Josh says deservedly so.
This is Neil Rogers.
At least in Rich Waltz's case.
This is 560 QAM.
This is the Neil Rogers Show. This is your brain. Any questions?
Other stations give you cars. Other stations give you cash. But we're going to give you what you really want. Because we're going to make you taller.
How's the weather up there?
That's right. You'll be able to look down women's dresses. See what people hide on the tops of refrigerators. Make millions of dollars playing pro basketball.
You don't need talent if you're tall enough.
Just be the fifth color when you hear this sound. And we'll shave your head and graft on layer after layer of skin until you're 7'3", mostly forehead.
This station accepts no liability in the event that your body rejects its new forehead. Because of the nature of the procedure, your eyes will remain in the same place, so looking down women's dresses will need to be accomplished with a small stool. Stool not included in price package.
Sure, you'll be really weird looking.
But boy, will you be tall.
Keep listening for your chance to win.
I think you asked.
Yeah, don't forget stool not included. It's 11:02 at 560 WQAM. Happy Thursday to you. Boy, this week is flying by in spite of the fact that we're all sick as a dog, you know?
Yeah.
Clarence is under the weather. George has probably got the same thing. The two of them hang out.
Might have been. We tongue kissed frequently.
And, of course, I got the flu, man. I got the... but I'm due. I'm overdue
Third
for
flu?
the flu.
I got the cough going as well.
Do you really?
I do.
It's QAM, man. We're sick as it gets, and we're proud of it. And the crossover this morning, if you missed that at 10 o'clock, it was something really special. It was QAM speciality, man. Technical ineptitude at its worst. 567. Let's get a lot of calls about all that new stuff in downtown Miami, because I broached that with George before the show this morning. And after he threw up a couple of times, he said, boy, that guy must be off his rocker. I don't know anybody. And now, of course, it may have just been a put-on, and most likely it was from across the street anyhow, because it started out with that crap about, every time anybody wants to know about sports in town, they're interviewing, listeners from 790. Yeah, right. Jimmy Syphilis and Joe Rose, who just happened to work over there. Just a coincidence. 5670560. All you people that hang in downtown Miami, let's find out what I'm missing. I'm obviously out of touch. Even when I am in town, I don't go anywhere near downtown Miami.
I got to admit, it's been a while since I've been down there, too.
When's the last time Josh was in downtown Miami?
I went to a Heat game not too long ago.
Well, there you go. See, that's as downtown as it gets, right there by the Herald building. Right there where we got to, build up downtown for the benefit of the Miami Herald.
Right. I went down there last year for a concert at the AA Arena.
Right. That's where the Heat play. That's correct. Mm-hmm. And?
It looked the same.
Yeah, all the
traffic was a nightmare.
If you guys would get out of the house a little bit more, get out of your quit being so parochial and get down there downtown, see, it's the epicenter of the universe now. It's the cultural hotspot of the entire globe, not just the state, not just the country, not just North America, but the entire universe, according to that fax I got yesterday. But being out of touch, what the hell would I know about it?
Right.
WQAM, hello.
Good morning, Neil. I'd like to give...
WQAM, hello.
Hello.
Oh, they're all ready this morning. WQAM, hello.
Uncle Neil.
Yes, sir.
Hola.
Uh-huh.
Oh, here's Eddie on the Eddie line, QAM. Oh, now see, just doing it in short doses. So that's good. Practice in real short doses, and then maybe by July you might have it down. You're pretty weak. 5670560. That's our call so far this morning. That's a medley of what you got to say, South Florida. Goes back to the poll we took the other day, yesterday, about South Floridians and like that. Trust me, just keep listening. We started out with the guy from the eyes, and then we went downhill from there, if that's possible. Never thought that was possible, did you?
No.
Only on this show. WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil. How you doing?
Okay.
Quick question. I just want to know when Josh is going to do Kathy.
Do who? Who's Kathy?
Kathy? I don't know. There's someone named Kathy, Josh, that you're getting ready to do?
Moving along.
Who's Kathy?
I don't know anyone named Kathy.
But obviously he
Around
does. Dun, 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 dun. When he's good and ready, how's that? Mind your own business, schmuck.
Somebody know?
WQAM, hello.
I'm Jewish and I smoke in the rain.
Oh, excellent. Happy Sukkot, by the way. Never too early to say Happy Sukkot and Tisha B'Av and Simchas Torah. But don't make a big tzimis about it. 567-0560. Come on, we're waiting to hear from all these people, man. I'm ready. If we're wrong, we want to be corrected here. We want to set the record straight. Got a whole poll coming up tomorrow about it. Because I'm sure that we're missing out, being out of touch, as Tom Jickle would say. Of course, he's always in L.A. getting wined and dined, smeared by all those people who want him to write those puff pieces about the new network TV shows. I heard Tom had to pawn his radio to buy some hair. Did you hear that?
No, I did not hear that.
WQAM, hello.
Hello, Neil.
WQAM, hello.
Hi, sir.
WQAM, hello.
Neil,
Yes, sir.
the movie The Killing. It's a great flick. It's about he robs a racetrack.
It's about what?
He robs a racetrack,
Yeah.
a horse track. It's one of his best movies. Sterling Hayden.
Sterling Hayden. He's a great actor. He played McCluskey in The Godfather, for those who don't know who that is.
That's right. The Killing.
And he's still dead. Okay, thank you. I'll go out and get The Killing for this weekend with Sterling Hayden, okay? Or maybe just do some killing. That sounds like a good idea. Come down there and kill some of these people we're talking to today. Starting with the guy with the eyes. That would be a good public service. Maybe you'll leave me his David Cassidy record collection, you think? Certainly not the blow-up doll. He'll want that in the box with him. WQAM, hello.
Hey, don't mess with the voice of the heat, all right?
WQAM, hello.
I'm sorry, I should have been more clear. Reva says it best. I guess it's Joshua.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, Joshua. There's some guy that evidently wants you and knows some of your people. Yeah. Joshua. WQAM, there's a guy who watches soap operas, too, and all I can say is...
You fairy.
Yeah, and guess what, Pally?
I kick your ass.
Right. WQAM, hello.
Hey, how you doing, Neil?
Okay.
Hey, listen, I hear the Canadians are paying a George W. tax up there now, too, huh? How much a gallon?
About $4, more than $4.
And we're only going to get $100 back.
Yeah. I don't think that's going to go through.
I know. What kind of crap is that? Oh,
it's just stupid. In other words, it's just taking more tax money out of people's pockets and giving it back to them so they can give it to the oil companies. I mean, it's just the whole concept of it is stupid. Stupid. And you know what somebody I know once said? Don't be stupid. How are we doing on a poll? I think we got the 1,000 licked now. I was a little bit dubious about that. 693, oh, yeah. By the bottom of the hour, we'll have like about 750. Oh, no Sweatsky, man. We are on fire. We're just absolutely...
Flaming.
WQAM, hello. Now, what the hell was that? Did you hear that?
That echo?
Yeah, that was on the line there. QAM, hello. I think the phone company is diddling again today, if you ask me. I could be wrong about that.
Let's just say they are anyway.
Yeah, the phone company is diddling, and we hate them like poison, okay? Hope somebody poisons their pudding. Let's try that 8 again. QAM. Yeah, It sounded like you took the first mouthful of the poison pudding. Here, try these cannolis, man. Connie made them special for you. WQAM, hello. WQAM, hello.
I licked the pick off that.
Yeah, okay, good. WQAM, hello.
Florida Marlins, you jackass.
WQAM, hello.
Hey, how you doing?
Yeah.
Yeah, my girlfriend wants to talk to Neil.
Your girlfriend wants to talk to Neil? About what?
I don't know. You have to ask her.
Well, are you the pimp? Are you the intermediary? Because she know how to dial a phone?
No, she don't know how to dial a phone. But
well, tell her show her where to stick the finger. 56705. These are good. We might do 4 hours of these today. I'm just
best.
What?
Best run we've had.
No,
today.
yeah, you are on top of your game today, folks. There's no question about that. We might go the whole 4 hours without like really anything.
Oh, if they can keep this going, yeah, that'd be great.
I'm all for it. I think it's some really high grade entertainment. Don't forget this Saturday. Speaking of that, the big draft party. Be sure and get over to Hooters and Pembroke Pines, see the Mad Dog, Joe Zagacki, old what's his name face, and the Big O for the draft day coverage. 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. at Hooters in Pembroke Pines, presented by Heineken. Don't forget in memory of Freddie Heineken from Amsterdam. I was telling yesterday, Josh, about the Heineken brewery and about you go in and get your free samples. And you go to Freddie's bar in the hotel, in the Euro Hotel, whatever the hell that thing is called, in Amsterdam, across from the VD department store, Vroomtreisman, whatever the hell that is. The only problem with Amsterdam, too many Dutch people there. WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil, greetings from Delray Beach.
Yes, sir.
I say that I don't believe in this Mexican No Gringo Day coming up May 1st, that none of them are going to work or buy American or go to work.
Yeah, really,
and
just breaks my heart.
And I'm going to be
I want to have a
side.
No Beans Day for the Mexicans. Wouldn't that be good? No beans. Just have a No Bean like Tuesday or something.
I want to call
like
out
Tuesday
your
used to be
audience
Prince Spaghetti Day in Boston.
Everybody who knows a Mexican or has one that we say No Mexican Day is May 1st.
How about if you have Mexican hairless? Now, is a Mexican
I've
hairless
seen pictures of those.
and a Chihuahua, is that the same?
From what I know, you shave one and it's hairless, yeah.
No, but what is a Mexican hairless? I'm serious now, being a dog person. What is that?
I think it's a Chihuahua or something like that without any hair. I don't really know. I don't know.
You shave your Chihuahua? Yeah, I know some people
I've seen
do.
some hairless Mexicans, yeah.
12 minutes. Police officer shot at airport in Cleveland. This looks like a bad thing going on.
It looks like a Chihuahua, but it's a little bigger.
Shot here at Hopkins. The second call.
It's a little what?
It's bigger than a Chihuahua, but it kind of looks like one.
Oh, but in other words, it's a separate breed?
Yes.
A hairless Mexican?
Is just begun to move. The shooting was at the United Ticket Counter. At this level, and inside there, the United Ticket Counter is yellow taped off. People who have tickets can board planes. Matter of fact, airport operations are running as normal, including
Two wounded in shooting at the Cleveland airport.
What we learned when we arrived here was that a Cleveland police officer got into an altercation at the counter with apparently a homeless man, according to airport officials. Shots were fired. The officer was wounded, as was a civilian. We don't know if that civilian was a traveler or an airport employee, but two people wounded. They were transported to Metro Hospital. In fact, we passed the Hopkins ambulance as we were coming out here.
It's some homeless guy. We didn't know what we got to do with the homeless. We'll take care of that problem. Once we finish up with the illegal aliens, then we're going to work on the homeless, make America a much better place in which to live. Kind of clean up our act. 11:13 at QAM. The Emerald Coast is Florida's #1 Asian gourmet buffet, as rated by Zagat Restaurant Review. I've been telling you about these people for years and years now, and they're still going strong. Every Friday through Sunday night, you can enjoy Lobster Fest, featuring Maine lobster served Thermidor style at the Emerald Coast, and every night of the week is Crab Fest, with Alaskan snow crab legs, Dungeness crab, and Jonah stone crabs. The menu still includes fresh oysters on a half shell and a sushi bar with over 30 different items. The Emerald Coast also serves juicy, delicious New York steaks cooked to order just the way you love them. Hand-carved prime rib, and on the weekends for dessert, leave room for the Emerald Coast famous 40-inch chocolate fountain. There's just no limits to the things you can stick in there. You can hand-dip your own strawberries, marshmallows, other decadent treats. And check out their new all-you-can-eat sushi bar featuring sashimi, tuna tataki, and over 20 different types of sushi rolls staring right back at you, and much more, too. 3 convenient Emerald Coasts for you in South Florida. They're in Sunrise, Sunny Isles Beach, and Pembroke Pines. Be sure to make reservations. Call 954-572-3822. But when you've got a gigantic appetite, this is the place for you. The only, there are a lot of imitators out there, but nothing like these guys. The amazing Emerald Coast Chinese Buffet.
This is Neil Rogers. This is 560 QAM.
I'm slipping to the store to get some rubbish in the deli with my wife who took a bath and Prince Machiavelli. They were stuck on 17 and we had 28. I went to shop around a little bit and told Mitzi to wait. She handed me the coupons and my reading glasses. I had to remind her where her massive ass is. It was hanging over the counter, the potato salad, farting out a tune like a mini cat symphony. She said, what lesson of kindness should I be learning? I'm standing here all day and my feet are burning. I better get the Hialeah or I'm going to be late. Mercedes, all you can eat, oily boys buffet. At the ladies' buffet, they got soft food there. I added to that, there's a lot of hubbub and dirt. I only hope the dessert tray is nice and moist. Dry pastry makes me cuts. Cuts a hoist. I dropped my teeth into the soup that I'm eating. Yeah, we'd better leave before my gums start bleeding. My wife said, Moisey, you're embarrassing me. They just brought out a tray of macaroni and cheese. I said I should be embarrassed that I'm falling apart. They should only expect new ones from a diaper-wearing pot. And I might add that the diapers aren't a bad idea. I can go right now. Just standing here. We mosey to the car with a dinner full of flowers. For me to back out, it only takes a couple hours. She said, why can't you show me a new place you snook? I said, try the kitchen and learn how to cook. Not that I should complain, I had enough guilt to take home a doggy that was right smooth.
All right. 11:19, happy Simchas Torah, folks. Maybe we all got mumps. Maybe that's what it is. We're going to get our lumps and get that mumps. Although I already had all the childhood illnesses. I had chickenpox, I had measles, I had mumps, I had pneumonia. Although you can get pneumonia more than once. Of course, so I guess that's what it is. Your body builds up an immunity. Because certainly when you're an old fart like me, and even George, those vaccines we got as children, that's long since worn off. Right?
Sure, we could get polio again, for Christ's sake.
Could we? Well, let's give it a shot. Maybe that's what I got. Maybe I could be like FDR. What do you think? You could put my picture on a dime.
Cigarettes on a
stick. Ronnie Ray gun. Put my picture on a dime. I mean, that was so outrageous. Talk about the right-wingers in a feeding frenzy. Wanted to replace FDR on the dime with a picture of Ronnie Ray gun. And in the meantime, the whole concept, the March of Dimes was to help money to eradicate polio. I bet you Jonas Salk couldn't have gotten 5 nickels together if they wouldn't have had the dimes.
Right.
I remember as a kid, we used to have these cards where you would stick the... You remember that?
Sure.
Even you remember that. Now, what's Joshua doing with that chick? What is it? We're supposed to delve into that? He's probably not too happy about that.
No one knows what he's talking about.
I don't,
Oh, you don't know what he's talking about?
No.
Oh, I thought, then why didn't you just say that?
Because he's a crazy person. I kind of don't even reply to them.
Come on. Got to play along with the crazy people, otherwise what kind of a show have we got?
He's a soap opera watching fag.
Yeah, that's what I would say. And guess what, Pally?
I kick your ass.
That's right. 5, 6... Let's just play 2 things all day. And
I kick your ass.
That sounds good to me. Or we can play them together.
I kick your ass.
5670560 pound 560 the Verizon Singular wireless line. Rick Weaver, Mr. Weaver was great. He was good. 718 votes. That's back when the Dolphins actually were thinking about right now, especially without Ricky Ticky. What are we going to do without Ricky? Ricky, huh? Give me the ball. No Ricky.
Well, they have Dante Culpepper now.
Nah, but he ain't ready to go, man. He's not ready for prime time. That's what Neon Dion says. He ain't ready for prime time. He ain't going to be able to start the season. How do they know he's not going to be able to start the season? It's only April 27.
Well, they can estimate.
And they're estimating it ain't looking good, huh? So what do they got? Who's the backup? Not still at Rosencrantz Field.
They got nobody right now.
Really? They got no backup?
Nobody.
Woo! Uh-oh. Don't sound good to me. I say let's unretire Bob Greaseball. Get them windshield wipers back on his glasses and get old Bob Greaseball back out there again. Or what about his kid? Is Brian still playing for you guys? Is he still in Tampa? Hey, Brian. How's it going, sweetheart? Boy, he is...
An alcoholic?
No, I didn't say that. That's what is... I'm going to tell you, the last 2 days you have really... since they made that new deal with you for like the triple-digit big bucks there, you're just out of control.
Yeah.
Talk about things going to somebody's head. Yesterday he's talking about he's glad that a white guy is going to win the MVP in the NBA again, and now he's calling one of our fine, good friends there an alcoholic. Well, I think you're right, though. That's bad. It just doesn't sound good. It's got a bad ring to it. If you just say, hey, Brian, like that. Or it's like, hey, Tom Cruise.
You fairy.
Like that. See, it's got a more subtle way. They're coming out and like a little bit too strong, as Defoe and Joe used to say on the worst team. Very strong. Remember those days, George? He's really strong.
Yeah. That's strong by you. That's strong. He's really strong.
Yeah. The only thing that wasn't strong was the numbers on that show. That was the problem. That's why we wound up with where we are today. Uh-oh. I was going to say, I think...
Oh, God.
Right. Oh, man, there's nothing like a good sneeze.
God, got some of that on me.
WQAM, hello.
Josh gonna fade away.
WQAM, hello. QAM.
Mark O'Neill.
Yes, sir.
How are you, bro?
Good.
I wanted to know, are you doing the call with Davy Johnson next week?
Friday, yes.
Friday? Why don't you have a 3-way? You, Daddy Hanky, and Davy Johnson.
What do we want to do that for?
So you could pick 3 of you together.
What?
They're doing picks. Dirty picks.
Well, we'll get Hank's picks at 10 o'clock, and then we'll get Dave's when he calls. Let us program the show, okay? We don't need any assistance, okay? We already got our junior program director, who's also under the weather, Clarence. He said it had something to do with his...
Rectum.
I don't know what he meant by it. Didn't he say that this morning?
Well, I wasn't listening.
Yeah, hell, you weren't. He said it had something to do with his...
Rectum.
He was like under the weather.
I think he had the same
table, under the
bird
desk.
flu.
That's right. I think he said he had the turd flu. Or maybe he said it was just the third time this year. I don't know what he said. He's not doing too well. It sounded like death boiled over. And, of course, wait till Tuesday morning when the book comes out. Ho, ho, ho. Like the song says, you ain't seen nothing yet. It's going to be really something. I can't say the word on the air, Joyce. WQAM, hello. WQAM, hello. Oh, it's BT. Oh! QAM.
Like that new feature on your website.
Yeah, okay. It's called Kill Reverend Jones. WQAM, hello.
Thanks for the jingles the other day.
Yeah, no problem, Mike, no problem. Oh, they're all there today. Let's hear it. It's the Reunion Thursday. Let's have a blast, huh? A few great voices, all from the past.
Do you think they call around to arrange the events like that?
Evidently. I wouldn't be surprised if we hear from my. Well, that is my. What's the other one? Oh, that one. The Mad Trumpeter.
Maybe they hook up on MySpace.
He's a chip off the old block. That must be. Maybe they're comparing rotten teeth. I don't know.
They got a special site called Outer Space.
We could send them to England. They'd fit right in there with those rotten teeth. And, of course, I know what their favorite delicacy would be, but I'm not going to say it. 26 past 11 at 560 WQAM, especially your buddy with the guy with the eyes there. Oh, my God. You know, all these years later, and it's still the same dullard and the same retardo. Reminds me of the day that I did that thing at Hialeah. Remember when I was trying to save Hialeah like a schmuck? And they were running head-to-head against Calder. And, of course, it was a hopeless thing because John Bernetti and Hialeah had turned into a toilet anyway. The place was filthy. Even the weenies, they were serving up green weenies, you know, at the hot dog stands. It was pretty embarrassing. And here shows up the guy with the eyes with one of his slimy buddies. And I use the word buddy with quotes around it, you know. Well, what you did to the bird was unconscionable. In fact, Stan Major was there smoking a big fat stogie with me that day. And I turn around and I look at these two schleps. And what you did, and they're standing there screaming. And I turned around and I said,
I kick your ass.
Yeah. Well, actually, little Bob Savage came running down and kicked their ass out of there. Rest in peace. See, the sad part, Bob Savage was a good guy. He's dead. And this schmuck there with his David Cassidy blow-up doll, he's still alive, calling radio talk shows in the same monotone. You can't complain about his personality. In fact, him and Dave Van Boring, maybe we get a discount, get a transplant. And, in fact, maybe we can get a three for putting Zagacki in there at the same time. Boy, he is. 26 past 11 at 560 WQAM. We got Geldy. There's Mr. Personality. He's coming up at 2 this afternoon to squeak his way through a couple of hours. And then we got Mad Dog at the Sofa Kings from 4 to 7. You know, South Florida is famous for its trade shows. You got your boat shows, car shows, bridal shows, home shows, art fairs galore, and more. If you're a trade show exhibitor, the only name you need to know is PubSet. PubSet creates the absolute top-of-the-line attention-grabbing steal customers from the competition trade show displays. Call right now. In fact, Duff emailed me a copy of that thing they did for us with my fat puss on there. It's a beautiful thing. Call right now, 954-772-7275, and PubSet will get you set for success. When it comes to design, printing, posters, banners, and especially trade show displays, PubSet's been the very best for 14 years. 954-772-7275. Write it down for PubSet, 954-772-7275. From design to setup, PubSet can handle all your trade show needs. And rest assured, PubSet will separate you from the competition. So don't look second rate because you only get one chance to look great. PubSet's the way to go. Call PubSet, 954-772-7275, or online it's PubSetSF.com. For top-notch design, trade show graphics, and displays, PubSet is the way. Be sure and look for my big ugly-ass picture on the building with those big ugly-ass glasses right along Dixie Highway just north of Commercial Boulevard. Call PubSet today, 954-772-7275.
This is Neil Rogers. This is 560 QAM.
Take your children. I'll sell them to some Haitians.
Goodbye, McClellan. Now your feet are gelling. Shuffle back to Texas, you chubby lion fat, and crawl back inside your mommy's ass.
Rectum.
You're the debris of us, it's fat. Go on a date with Gannon. He can be your lover, soldier man, or as we understand, you prefer a mini skirt or chiffon dress. Flying day after day, playing the same game, defending the insane, a willing tool for the Bush White House criminal ghouls. You didn't blow as good as snow, so you got to go. Go dream about the good old days on your rocking chair, like a mass of meaningless flesh.
It's 11:32. We got that Tony Snow, by the way, who now says he's very sorry about all those nasty things he said about El Presidente. Which there's a whole list of 80 million quotes about incompetence and about all of his policies, ripping him an ass over a period of time. And now he's very sorry he said those things.
I'm sure he is.
And he's saying that, of course, to deflect when he actually takes over, when they're going to start asking him questions about that. Oh, I already said I was sorry. I apologize, you know. That whole I apologize, but that goes about a half an inch as far as I'm concerned. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
Yeah.
I apologize.
27 till noon at QAM, where it's the Geldy warm-up show now. Geldy is like the centerpiece. He's the pivot man on the radio station now. Believe me. Oh, and speaking of pivot man, those good, uprighteous Republicans, prosecutors are investigating allegations by admitted Cunningham bribery contractor, Mitchell Wade. That's the Duke, by the way, Duke Cunningham. Mitchell Wade, that he and co-conspirator Brent Wilkes periodically supplied the former congressman with prostitutes and free hotel rooms, according to today's right-wing Wall Street Journal.
Free hotel rooms?
Mr. Wade in February pleaded guilty to giving bribes of more than $1 million to Mr. Cunningham, including cash, antiques, and payment for yachts. Mr. Wade, who hasn't been sentenced yet, is cooperating with prosecutors. According to people with knowledge of the investigation, Mr. Wade told investigators that Mr. Cunningham periodically phoned him to request una prostituta, and that Mr. Wade then helped arrange for one. This is Duke Cunningham. This is a good, upstanding, right-wing, homophobic, holier-than-thou piece of crap.
Right.
A limousine driver then picked up the prostituta as well as Mr. Cunningham and drove them to one of the hotel suites. Sweet! Originally at the Watergate Hotel and subsequently at the Westin Grand. Mr. Wade told investigators that all the arrangements for these services have been made by Mr. Wilkes and two employees of Mr. Wilkes' company, according to people with knowledge of his debriefing. He said Mr. Wilkes had rented the hotel suites and found the limo driver who had relationships with several escort services. In other words, he was the pimp. Mr. Wade told prosecutors that sometimes Mr. Cunningham would contact him to request these services, and he'd pass on the request to Mr. Wilkes or his employees, who then made the actual arrangement. Mr. Wade said that other times Mr. Cunningham called Wilkes directly to make the request. He wanted a good hooker. If investigators find that any other members of Congress or their staffs received services at so-called hospitality suites, that could help make a case that they had illegally taken action to benefit Mr. Wilkes in return for favors from him, prostitutas. Mr. Wilkes' family members and employees were heavy campaign contributors to several members of Congress, but prosecutors so far apparently haven't found any evidence that other members of Congress had been bribed yet. But they got the Duke, baby. His ass is grass. He is in deep doo-doo. The Duke.
Deep dookie?
Yeah. And guess what, Duke?
I kick your ass.
That's right. Fine, let's get back to these scintillating calls. I got a very good pile of stuff here, including Snoop Dogg is in deep doo-doo also with that airport fracas.
Yo.
Atheist identified as America's most distrusted minority, according to a new University of Minnesota study. Don't like that. XM satellite radio losing money faster than they can print it. Retired priest facing more molestation charges in Hingham, Massachusetts. Fired St. Louis talk host back on the air, the one that said something about Condoleezza and Kuhn. Remember that story?
Mm-hmm.
Senate panel calls for abolishing FEMA. Just tear it up and start all over again. Americans want third major political party. U.S. justices, the Supremes, are asking now if lethal injections cause pain. Does that hurt you, Timmy?
Good.
I wonder. Yeah, good. How about this? Does that hurt a little bit more?
Was that a Passions reference you were making there?
Tim McVeigh.
Yeah, wrong Timmy. Don't be picking on poor little Timmy, okay?
I was just going to mention to you that they're replaying.
But isn't it interesting that the guy who that queen that called before was doing the Joshua thing from Guiding Light, huh? Wow.
You fairy.
5670560. Probably doesn't like being called that, no doubt.
What are you going to do about it? You fairy.
WQAM, hello.
The deal Watson.
Oh, yeah. We are complete now.
But he already called earlier. He already did that one. Now, he ought to call more often. He's incredibly entertaining. Not. He's got his moments.
He can't call more often.
When he stands in the corner crying because you picked on him and you broke his bottle of glasses. That's right.
You put Widow Joey on the ad. I'm not going to sit still for this crap. You let that Widow Joey call in. And that George,
Don and Mike, blow.
Right.
Blow it.
There you go. In fact, we also got the elongated Gilbert version.
Miami has the Dolphins, the greatest football team.
But I don't think we want to deal with the whole thing.
This is the amazing Gilbert reminding you not to drink and drive this holiday season.
You thought that I was dumb and stupid?
Absolutely. Yes. And we didn't think it, we knew it. And, boy, we were right on target. We were spot on, as they say. Them silly-ass Brits. But call very often, especially when George is on the summer, Gilbert. He loves you.
Yeah.
5670560. See, he admits it. Pound 560 on the Verizon and Singular wireless line. Our poll question today is Joshua going to do, what's her name? What was the name he made up? What was that?
We don't know what it
I think you're right, though. I think it's like a daisy chain. They get together, they even decide what crank things they're going to be calling in on that day. A very good job. We got our own little fraternity out there.
Mm-hmm.
WQAM, hello.
Everybody hates George.
Okay, good. Okay, but we hate you a hell of a lot more. WQAM, hello.
Hello,
WQAM, hello.
It's Climate Thursday at WQAM.
WQAM, hello.
George, Neil said he would put my calls on. You are a wire. Thanks, Sonny.
Oh, there's nothing greater than no greater form of flattery than imitation, I'll tell you. And we even got Gilbert Jr. now. That's good. Actually, that was good.
And had his material down, too.
No, yeah. He knows him like a sick book.
The Randy Rhoads Show would like to wish everybody a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
There we go. Let's live in the past again. Let's turn the clock back in the good old days, in the salad days, when Marthello used to bring by those shallots with all the marshmallows and coconut in them. Oh, that's right. I forgot you don't like coconut.
Ambrosia.
Is that what it was?
Right.
That's what that salad's called?
With the mandarin oranges, slices, and marshmallows,
like No, not slices, them little teeny tiny mandarin oranges.
Chunks, that's ambrosia.
Not chunks. Chunks is what happens afterward. 21 till noon. Chunks is what happens at 10 o'clock when you try to do the crossover when Hank's sitting on his fat ass in Tulsa and I'm sitting on my fat ass in Toronto.
That was
can't
special.
hear anybody. That was really special. If you missed the beginning of the show today, boy, you should learn your lesson. Don't ever miss 10 o'clock or 9:56. And then, of course, Hank at that point, he's like, guess had to go make a hot bet, and he just ran out of the 9:58. So I think that we ought to get out at 1:58, don't you? Give Geldy the extra 2 minutes, just keep passing along.
What's wrong with 12:58?
I said 11:58 sounds good to me. Let's play some of the highlights from yesterday's scintillating Marlins 7-5 win in Chicago to close out that series. 749 votes. We better get busy now. Hop on our poll, please. 750 now. That's a nice number, 750. Isn't WSB in Atlanta 750?
I don't know.
Yes. Or is it 740?
I don't know.
No, 740 used to be CBL in Toronto. They used to have Hockey Night in Canada Saturday night. 750. I don't even know what. You know something? If I couldn't begin to tell you, the Fan 590, I believe, is the sports station here. And then there's Mojo Radio. They got two sports stations. Mojo is 640. But I don't think I've turned the radio on more than twice in the time I've been here. I don't listen to the radio. Radio sucks.
Yeah, it does.
And of course, Leafs TV. I can watch that on. I can watch the whatever the hell Leafs lunch. It's on TV twice, noon to 2 and 3 to 5. I can watch it over again with Bill Waters and Jeff Merrick. So why the hell do I want to listen to the radio? 750 votes on the poll. Here's the deal. South Florida's best play-by-play sportscaster of all time, Rick Weaver, 121. Wave those hankies, Rick. I hate this poll, 120. I hate sports, 98. We just hate, period. You know something? Let's add that.
Okay. Let me change my vote.
I hate, and then just like ... I just hate. I don't know how you want to word it. I'll leave it in your capable hands.
I like that. I just hate.
No, not 8. I just hate. Joe Angel, 81. Sonny Hirsch, 57. Yeah, Sonny was a good guy, but there was a little something. That's a true story. I told you that before about my first experience listening to Sonny on the radio. I was working on K-18, my first job in the market in 1976. I go home to my little horrible apartment on Miami Beach. I lived there for like a month. Horrible. And I turned on the radio, and it's Sports Talk with Sonny, because I was doing 3 to 6 at that time. And it's 6:30, here's Sports Talk with Sonny Hirsch. And he's giving the score of the Red Sox. And I thought, there must be something wrong with my radio. No, look, I don't want to make...
Did you fiddle with it? Did you try to tune it in better?
And then I turned another station, and it was just as clear as could be. And then I turned back to Sonny. He was still giving the sports like that. He had a little quaggle problem. I never really did find out. And then he had an operation of some kind, and it would, like, intermittently come and go. Sonny was a good guy, but not a great sportscaster. 57, though, for Sonny Hirsch. I guess that's... we liked him. Bill Zimfer, 56. Mo Howard David, 38. We didn't like him, but he had his moments. Of course, with the Dolphins, he seemed to be a little bit confused, especially since they weren't the Jets. Dave O'Brien, 34. Boog Shambi, the Boogster, Orangehead, 33. I thought he'd do better than that, wouldn't you? Well, that's not his crowd. If they took the pull over across the street, he'd do better. Joe Zagacki, 17. Geldy, 15. Come on now. Mark Vandermeer, 13. Geldy is a better sportscaster than Mark Vandermeer? Oh, my God. Dave Halberstam, 12. Well, he got screwed over by that organization. Jeff Rimmer, 8. Free meals, a lot of them. Len Casper, 7. Jugs McDonald, 5. Looks like he didn't miss any meals. Dave Van Horn's only got 5, Josh. Your partner in crime there, Dave Van Horn. With a bad hairpiece, only 5. Jimmy Syphilis, she's got 5. Chris Moore on 3. Mike Inglis finally got one. Must be the guy that faxed that thing in. Dave Strader got one. And guess who doesn't have any, Josh? Who's that? In last place, 757, the TV voice of your Florida Marlins, Rich Waltz, has got the big... Oh! Wow. Hey, you know something? It's already hotter than hell in South Florida. It's going to be that way all the way through May and June and July and August, September, all the way till October. Hotter than Hades. What's better than staying cool and comfortable all year long? How about getting an instant $1,200 cool cash rebate on the world's smartest air conditioner? It's the 5-star edition of the Carrier Infinity system. And to make it even better, you can get this fabulous system from Royce Air and Heat, where they've been taking care of Tri-County area families for 3 long generations. As a Carrier factory authorized dealer, Royce guarantees your 100% satisfaction too. And that guarantee is backed by Carrier, the people who invented air conditioning about a zillion years ago and have now invented the Carrier Infinity system. This one actually performs a daily diagnostic check and then adjusts itself to give you maximum efficiency all the time. To maintain maximum efficiency on your present air conditioner, be sure to join the Royce Air and Heat Comfort Club. Here's how it works. Twice a year, they come to your home and inspect and tune up your system. If you ever have a problem, you'll enjoy priority same-day service and 10% off any needed repairs, too. All of these things for just $110 a year. So whether you choose the 2-speed Infinity system with Puron or peace of mind with the Comfort Club, either way, make the smart choice the Royce choice. Call Royce Air and Heat toll-free and be sure and tell them that old Neil told you to call 1-800-377-0075. Stay cool all year round by calling Royce Air and Heat at 1-800-377-0075.
This is Neil Rogers. This is 560 QAM.
Who's going to give Ricky a blow?
Immaculate Conception. Well, they had a baby, they gave it glory. She's already a form of baby daddy. The little baby, the mommy Katie, locked in the house with the total crazy. They had a baby, far from the knee, released it in time to see MI3. They had a baby, and they named it Suri. Yeah, I'm the baby you're talking about over there. How lucky am I? What a freak show I got. Look at my father. Is he an old balloon? How you doing, Dad? Want to have a catch? Oh, no, you might break a nail.
I kick your ass.
Yeah. What sensational timing, too. It never dawned on me just before the release of MI3, too, you know. Just in time for Tom to be schlepping around in Rome and London and Gay Perry with all of his boyfriends over there. Not in any particular hurry, evidently, to come back and see that bundle of joy, you know. Of course, you can probably relate to that.
Sorry? Nothing wrong with the bundle of joy.
I just wonder how they keep who it is who's well, of course it could be artificial insemination, or I think that Bit had it right on immaculate contraception,
or the aliens, since he believes in that.
It might have been the aliens came down in those spaceships, and maybe they had that e-meter,
right? They got that probe,
right? And maybe they stuck it in somebody's
rectum,
right? I got a great line for that, but I know we get joiced. I'm positive.
Just walk away.
Exactly. 770 votes. We're going to be close to 800 by the top of the hour. It's only coming up on the noon hour. Jesus, God, we got 2 more hours of this crap today. Holy. Of course, I still got my big pile. Thank God for all these fabulous calls so far, though. Killed off a couple of tremendously entertaining hours. Even had some guests from the past, with some controversial calls from the past. Wait till you hear this, though. That might explain some of these callers. Don't we get a lot of calls from cell phones?
Yes, we do.
Well, radiation from mobile phones affects the way the brain works, Australian researchers have discovered. Maybe that explains the factor.
That could.
Scientists from Swinburne University of Technology's Brain Sciences Institute in Melbourne, that's Melbourne, Australia, not Florida, found people's response times slow during a 30-minute mobile phone call, but their memory appeared to improve. The researchers conducted a series of psychological tests on 120 volunteers as they were exposed to mobile phone emissions for half an hour. Another set of tests was conducted on volunteers who were not exposed to mobile phone radiation but thought they were. The results, published in April's edition of, I'm sure you read this every day, the journal Neuropsychologia, showed a small but discernible change in brain function among those who were exposed to electromagnetic fields that mobile phones generate. The study showed evidence of slower response times for participants undertaking simple reactions and more complex reactions, such as choosing a response when there's more than one alternative, lead researcher Con Stowe said. This could equate to driving a car and being distracted by another car pulling out in front of you. The driver's reaction time to choose between braking, turning, or sounding the horn could be affected, albeit slightly. The study also found that radiation from mobile phones seems to improve working memory, used, for example, when remembering a phone number long enough to dial it. He said further work was needed using magnetic resonance imaging to clarify the way mobile phones alter the way the brain works. Father O'Toole wants to know if he can alter boys with it. I guess it depends on where you stick it. Stowe said further as yet unpublished research by his team suggested the impact of mobile phone radiation on the brain was cumulative. This is the bottom line. People, for instance, who use the mobile phone a lot seem to have more of an impairment than people who are more naive users, he said. I don't know what that means, naive users.
I don't think that word is appropriate there.
Well, that's what it says here. I think more occasional users, more naive, it says.
Who's being naive now?
Okay. However, he stressed that the impact on brain function was small. The study did not find that mobile phones caused a health. How about mobile homes causing a health problem? Yeah, especially if you live in one, or you live near people who do live in one. We haven't established there's a negative health consequence. That's a different type of study, he said. We're just showing that the radiation is actually active on the brain. The impairment is small, and just can govern yourselves accordingly. Like that.
Mm-hmm.
Right. 5670560. We're going to get 1 million. We're going to get a pound of sound out of this phone, man, speaking of mobile phones. 776. Put a 1 in front of that, and you got a pretty patriotic-sounding year, don't you?
Sure do.
Makes you want to have a parade. 776 votes, and guess what? Rich Waltz don't have any. Oh, that's bad. Give the kid a break. He sounds like about a 10-year-old kid.
Hey, Tommy, they're really kicking ass here in Chicago, the Marlins. Here comes, I don't know what this kid's name is. Here comes a guy.
I hear stuff in this market, and I'm thinking to myself, wow. In fact, you know what I'm thinking to myself? When I hear a lot of these people, including many on this station.
You call this big market radio?
Yeah, I think that very often. And then I look at that paycheck, and I think, well, who really cares? WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil.
Speaking of mobile phones, yes, sir.
Yeah, right. Exactly. It sucks. Metro PCS. Anyway, that caller before said, when is Josh going to do Zach? Remember Zach from South Beach was after Josh? Not Kathy.
Oh, Zach.
Zach.
It sounded like Kathy to me.
I think he said Zach.
Maybe he said Zachy.
Yeah, Joe Zagacki.
Maybe he said Joe Zagacki. Maybe that's what it is.
Joe Zagacki sucks, okay?
See, there you go. I think we just answered the dilemma. Thank you so much, sir. I'm glad that... See, that's the kind of stuff we get a call about. This guy, if you ask him 80,000 questions about anything of anything, even minute importance, he has no response. But he can give you a song and dance about when is Joshua going to do Zach. I had forgotten all about Zach, and I'm sure Josh has been trying very hard to forget all about him. Remember Zach?
Yeah.
56705. Maybe he's talking about Zach Krantz. I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. In fact, I don't think anybody's going to be doing Zach Krantz anytime soon. Poor Zach. Is he still over there working on the Joe Rowe show?
Yes, he is.
On the Little Dog show, and then you got your Stu Gotts, and you got all the other. And who's some of the other folks? When's Donnie B going to show up over there? And Jason Blausbach, whatever his name was.
Blausbach.
By the way, hey Jason, I still got your tape, but I probably ought to throw it out because now I got it on DVD. Shawshank, and I still am not going to watch it. I'll probably watch it someday.
Watch Of Mice and Men.
I'm not watching Of Mice and Men,
Why?
okay? I'm not into mice. I don't know.
It has nothing to do with mice.
Well, then why is it called Of Mice and Men, for Christ's sake?
When you watch it, you'll understand.
Well, maybe that's got something to do with it. Okay. 5670560. Come on, let's get on the horn here, man. We got 2 hours here for you, for all your astute comments, although we got to do this first.
This is Neil Rogers. This is 560 QAM.
This is Dick Cheney. I like to relax by having Mary Magdalene massage my balls while listening to the Neil Rogers 12 to 1 hour.
Boy, sure found a way to make the time pass up there.
You can own Brokeback Mountain and watch it in the privacy of your own home. And your neighbors won't see you walk into the store and rent a video about 2 gay cowboys making sweet love.
You don't go out there and fish.
You can download Brokeback Mountain on your hard drive, not your floppy disk. You just gotta have enough RAM and a broadband connection.
Rick, it's time we start drinking yet.
Download Brokeback Mountain today. I'm kind of curious about the movie, but I don't want to go into Blockbuster and have people see me rentthedangthing.com.
Look at that. We got 790, baby. 790 votes. Do you think there's something symbolic there? And out of 790, almost 800 votes, Rich Waltz has still got no votes. Is the best sportscaster in South Florida ever. Even now, even recently, even like a week from Sukkot, never. Not doing too good, Rich. They hate you like poison. Don't take it personal. Don't be another Greg Budell. Don't get a complex about it, unless you want to. 5670560, pound 560, the Verizon Singular wireless line. WQAM, hello. QAM.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
You know what really upsets me? Seems
What is
like
that?
whenever you do that stupid signal test broadcasting, it's right in the middle of when you're reading a...
Yeah, we know all about it. Nothing I can do about
But
it.
it never
Nothing I can
happens
do.
during
They
the
just,
commercials. Why does it never happen during the commercials?
It better not.
Yeah, damn well better not. And it better never happen during anybody on the sports shows, because that's the important stuff. It only happens during this show, I guess. They program it in there. I can't hear it. I have no idea when it's going on.
Exactly. Well, thank you for the stories anyways.
Okay, good luck to you. I don't need it. Okay, let's see. And it's probably a right-wing plot. Some people have become, here's Ed in Fort Lauderdale says, some people have become so desperate to find cheaper fuel for their cars, they've begun making ethanol at home. They're pumping ethyl. There are dozens of websites explaining how to make ethanol from homemade stills. Now, you boys got a still up in there. We ain't going to tell nobody.
I still got mine.
Yeah. Remember that scene in Deliverance? I'm sure you do. You boys got a still up here?
This boy said something about a still.
He said, just stand still and drop them panties.
Panties.
Bill Sasher, owner of a Tennessee company, speaking of Arkansas and the rednecks, Tennessee company that sells ethanol stills and kits, said that once you're set up, it costs about 75 cents a gallon to brew your own fuel. Or you can move to Venezuela where it's 12 cents a gallon. Sasher said that with gas prices nationally closing in on $3 a gallon, get closing in my ass. Over $3 a gallon. Pretty soon it'll be closing in on $4. They're up again today, by the way, ever so slightly. They're just creeping and creeping. Wait till that 4th of July holiday weekend, man, when it's like $1,000 to fill up your tank. And you'll say, thanks a lot, Mr. President, for those low gas prices. Thanks for hooking up that long to that Iraqi oil field. Most cars can run on a mixture of ethanol and gasoline, and the new flex fuel cars can run on 85% ethanol or regular gasoline. So there you go. Just open up a steel in the backyard. You can cook some moonshine going and a little ethanol, too. That sound like a deal?
Sure.
Sounds like a real plan to me. Yeah, get a steel going, then it'll be another excuse for the feds to come and drag your ass away.
The revenuers.
WQAM, hello. QAM.
Yes, sir. I'm a former sponsor of Neil's, and I'd like to reminisce for something that happened 25 years ago, too.
And what was that?
What was that?
Yeah.
On WNWS. I think it was one of the last nights they were on Flagler Street.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh, is this Neil?
Who's this, Larry Mervis?
You're right.
What a memory, huh?
Memory. Neil, I'm talking about the night that, I think it was the last night that you were on Flagler Street at WNWS.
Yeah.
We came there to talk about your favorite subject, Medicare. And it was raining cats and dogs. And there was 2 inches of water on the floor.
Right, that's right. The water was the sidewalk was warped in front of that building, and the water was pouring like the end of the world. The water came underneath the door and into the building, and it was like flooded through the whole area. And the people from Bell South were on their hands and knees crawling around to get the phones cleaned out enough so we could get on the air. Although I will say this, the phones actually work there, unlike this place. Pretty amazing.
Well, if you remember, we pushed 4 desks together and sat on top of them.
I remember sitting there with my bare feet. Well, I'm doing that right now, too. At least I wasn't sitting in my underwear then like I am now, but that's another story.
Well, it's not raining, though.
No, that's true. Not raining inside or even outside.
But I just wanted to wish you well. That story, of course, goes back some 25 years, and I hope that even though you say you're not on the air, I'd like to listen to you for another 25.
Oh, I'm staying on forever, man, until they put my ass in a box. They want me to sign up till the year 25, so.
Well, Neil,
as long as they keep sending them checks, man, for this crap, I'll keep taking it.
I told my wife the same thing. I told her when she puts me in the box, put the phone on the left side because I'm right-handed.
There you go. Okay, Larry, take care of yourself.
Okay, sir.
See you. How you like that, Larry Mervis? See, I even knew who it was. Boy, am I sharp or what? Sharp as a matzo ball. I really am. Sharp as a marble. Larry Mervis. Don't get nervous. Call Larry Mervis. I should have asked him if he was still in business and given him a plug for his insurance company, but that would be bad. He wasn't calling for that, or he would have said so. Nothing worse than people who want free plugs. You know what I mean, George? I wonder how your old friend Scott's doing from that sandwich joint. Speaking of sandwiches, I wonder how Jerry Whitner's doing. Whitner in that great broadcast studio in the sky. I wonder if he's still driving down the Ho Chi Minh Trail every night with that packing that piece in his briefcase. 5670560. I'll tell you one thing. I'm a survivor, man. Look at all these other. Every now and then I start thinking about all the people I worked with who are dead. It has this way of going around, man. Jerry Whitner, Jerry Williams, Bill Calder, Big Wilson. I never worked with Big, but I knew him well. Had a few meals with him, all at the same time. Mike Ranieri, Jim Harper, Kyle Isley.
Right? Keith?
No, Keith Isley's dead?
Oh, no, I don't know.
Where'd you get that?
Dan Stewart? Dead people?
Alan
Right,
Burke?
Right.
Wow. Dick Casper?
Mm-hmm.
Tom Jicka? I mean, he's not officially dead, just brain dead. What is Charlie Kappas? Good golly, Miss Molly. Who are some of the other people who worked with you? You must have a few.
Yeah, half the people you named.
No, but you must have some other ones. Oh,
no, nobody
never worked with Ann Bishop, but I mean.
No, never had the pleasure.
She hated me like, I don't think I ever met her, but boy, she sure hated
Actually,
my ass.
the guy that trained me to be a DJ when I was 17, he died. He's dead.
Who's that?
You don't know him. It was in Montana.
Well,
Mike Robertson. Hey, Mike Robertson, great voice impressionist. Talent wasted in that little town, and died of emphysema. Cigarettes, Boca Brian, smoking.
Oh, Boca
Brian's
great
voice talent.
Pumping on them
smoked himself to death.
Huh? I'm going to stop sending you money that he won't be able to afford to buy those faggots. It's like supply money for a druggie, you know.
Yeah, speaking of faggots, he was one too.
And then they fall on the floor, you know, when they start making gurgling sounds when you supply money for druggies. In fact, I sure hope Josh don't get no bad drug habit because, you know, with all this extra money he's making.
I'm clean.
Yeah, it's not what I heard. That's not what's
He only has good drug habits, none of the bad ones.
5670560. Don't forget the Big QM draft party this Saturday. I'm not going to read this liner anymore. I'm really tired of it, but you don't know what it is. It's at Hooters in Pembroke Pines. This Saturday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Mad Dog's going to be there. Josie and Big O will be there, too, but, of course, who cares about them? Presented by Heineken. And go there and just get blitzed. The draft party. We love the Dolphins. They're going nowhere. They're not going nowhere. They are going nowhere this season, man. They're just going to be sucking wind. WQAM, hello. Which means that we're losing millions more over there across the street. Yes, sir.
Hey, Neil. What's up, buddy? This is Vito from The Sopranos.
Vito?
Vito.
Oh, Vito, yeah.
What's up, buddy?
What do you got, Vito?
Just wanted to know if You watch The Sopranos a lot.
No, I don't ever watch The Sopranos. How's that? So get lost, fake veal. So I wonder whatever happened to the veal lady. Remember her?
No.
You don't remember the veal lady?
Vaguely.
Oh, come on. That was
the one that used to give you a hard time.
Yeah, no, that was in your time.
I don't know. I don't remember.
And then, of course, there was always the dingo lady, which I'm desperately trying to find.
A dingo ate my baby.
There she is. Dingo lady, the veal lady, who used to have no respect. She was the vegetarian. She was the freak who used to get all bent out of shape because I used to talk about how much I love to eat veal. You know what? I still love veal. I'm not going to stop just because of that bitch.
The dingo lady called not too long ago.
Right, and of course the people, they can also go to hell. Oh, you're killing those poor little baby animals. Well, too bad. I like my veal. I like my steak. Had a great dinner with Chris here in the Hilton Hotel a couple of weeks. In fact, a week ago Monday. Fantastic ribeye steak. Oh, man. 5670560. A little on the expensive side. A little pricey, but no problem at all. Especially when you win all the big bucks. And I never got to ask Hank about when the hell those damn slots are going to start in South Florida. So tomorrow we'll see if we can. Is he still going to be doing from Tulsa? I would assume so tomorrow.
I would assume.
Well, that's going to be real interesting to see how that works out.
Can't wait.
I hope that somebody conveys to him the message that we weren't shining him or anything. It's just that we could not communicate here on QAM, where we just can't do it. You know, you name it, and we can't do it. In fact, remember that sign they used to have on the engineering door there? It said, all the different things they do. We're broadcasting 24/7, and we're broadcasting from abroad. And now it's just a sign on there that said we can't do it. Just says ... In other words, whatever it is, we can't do it. And they're right. WQAM, hello.
Smoky Bones.
Good, okay, can't wait to see you. WQAM, hello. And by the way, we'll have a little something for
I'll kick your ass.
WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
You went to that Niagara Falls casino?
Yeah.
Did you try that restaurant where all the waiters push your stool in for you?
Boy, that was new.
Yeah. That was sure clever, wasn't it? Don't fall in now, by the way, next time. Speaking of Niagara, don't fall in. In fact, maybe he'll go on that ferry ride. 5670560, pound 560 on the Verizon Singular Wireless line. WQAM, hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for repeating the news.
You're welcome.
WQAM, hello. QAM.
Miami Dolphins. Miami Dolphins. Miami Dolphins number one. Miami Dolphins. Miami Dolphins. Miami Dolphins number one.
Oh, yeah. Goes to show you, that organization will get to you after a while, after 34 years. All these years of the big teases and all the big BS and the big hoopla and Jimmy and his Johnson and the brain stem and all this other crap. And now, of course, this Nick Saban guy, man. Talk about a BS slinger. But if you could sell BS by the pound, the Dolphin organization would be billionaires. I guarantee you that. In fact, all the sports organizations in town. There isn't one of them that are like a bunch of straight shooters, so to speak. You know, you got the Panthers that just want more money. I just looked it up. Sent them almost $3,000 already, including playoff money for games that are never going to be played because there aren't no playoffs for them. And now they want another $3,000 toward next year's season tickets, and it just never ends with them. Plus the fact they keep lying about the attendance. And if you do get your season tickets, listen, we got 75 free tickets for every game if you want. And then you got the Dolphin organization, which I just got through explaining to you. Jimmy and his bad hair. Same old BS. And of course, the Wanstead era, how's that coming? And the Marlins, well, is there anything need to be said about them?
No.
Even with the 2 World Series, even with that, it's still a mess.
We want the stadium. We won the World Series. We want the stadium. Please give us some money. You know, just like they're no different than the beggars on the streets, except these people have got billions. That's the only difference. They got better suits, and they dress better, and they don't hold a cup out. But other than that, and who am I leaving out? And then of course there's Pat Riley and that slick down hair of his. And now that they had a good season, and all of a sudden everybody's jumped on that bandwagon. They got to have somewhere to jump. Phony baloney, man. So how's downtown coming? We haven't had one call extolling the virtues of downtown Miami. I'm waiting though. In fact, I think that's what sparked off all of these crazy people today. Thank you for that fax yesterday. Was it Mitch? Because Schmidt canned it again. Mitch from South Beach?
Okay.
Who can quote everything I say every day. He was telling me about how he was talking about Europe the day before and bada beep, bada boop, bada blah. And then he goes into a thing about, well, I'm glad your audience is going down the tube and nobody's hearing all this misinformation you give out and all this other crap. Probably sleeping with Jimmy Syphilis, if you ask me. 1213 at 560 wouldn't be the first time. I've been telling you for years, speaking of sleeping, you call 1-800-MATTRESS whenever you need a bed. They can deliver within a 2-hour window. They have knowledgeable bedding consultants and lots more. Here's another reason. Our friends at Dollar Mattress just got, for the third year in a row, the Better Business Bureau's annual Torch of Excellence Award as the best in the business. 3 years in a row that they won based on honesty, integrity, and ethics in all the markets they serve, from Maine to Miami. Even in downtown Miami they'll go to show you how daring they are. So many places you can buy a mattress, so many bedding and department stores where they sell you a lot of off-name brands and they really rip you off. So if you want to waste a lot of expensive gas schlepping around town, you can do that. But if you want to do the smart thing like I've done for years, just make that one easy call. When you call 1-800-MATTRESS, you can be damn sure you'll be speaking with a company you can trust. Choose from Sealy, Serta, Simmons, King Coil, Tempur-Pedic, and Stearns & Foster Hewitt. Check out mattress.com online for all the styles and sizes, and do what all the smart people do. Call the number one choice in bedding, Dial a Mattress. Just that one easy call. The easiest, it's a piece of cake. Easiest piece of shopping, even a schmuck can do it. 1-800-MATTRES. Leave off the last S because it stands for sensational, stupendous savings.
This is Neil Rogers. This is 560 QAM. What?
It's Dave in Miami town.
Absolutely.
At 560 WQAM. Oh! Well, he's a Tallahassee Nazi who got the money from his daddy. An anti-Semite little bratty with an agenda that's scrappy. Well, he's a Tallahassee Nazi of the FLA. Well, he's a presidential son who doesn't have to run. No one else is gonna win. He might as well just move right in. Sieg Heil, Sieg Heil, Sieg Heil, Sieg Heil. He has a golden spoon. He was born with up his ass. So look out, all you Jews. Get ready for the gas. He's a Tallahassee Nazi.
Rectum.
He'll give our civil rights a whammy. I think the Tallahassee Nazi, love of FLA. Well, he's a very wealthy dude with very fascist views who never paid his dues. By next year, we'll all be screwed. Sieg Heil, Sieg Heil, Sieg Heil, Sieg Heil. Any schmuck could win that race against Buddy McKay. Why do you think they call it gubernatorial anyway? He's a Tallahassee Nazi. He'll make the KKK happy. Yeah, he's a Tallahassee Nazi. Love of FLA. Come on, let's two-step. Come on, Adolf.
Yeah, one of the interesting things, one of the first things that Joe Bell said to me, Clara Bell, in our first phone conversation, he was talking about, as GM of KISS, our sister-in-law station, that he was very familiar with our engineering department. Of course, my question here now, these several months later, is then how come they're still working for us? 821 votes on the poll. Just think about it for about half a second. 821 votes. South Florida's best play-by-play sportscaster of all time. I'm not going to read the whole list again right now, but from the bottom up, the bottom feeders are, with 10 votes or less, Jeff Reamer only 8, and 8, and 8, and 8, and 8. Everything on the menu. And I paid for it. I just hate period 7. We got that on there. I just hate. I love it. Len Casper 7. Dave Van Horn 7. He's tied with I just hate. Judge McDonald 5. Jimmy Syphilis only 5. Man, he is bad. Chris Moron 4. Hot dog hop aboard. Dave Strader's got a pair. Mike Inglis has only got that one. So evidently nobody listens to the Heat games on radio, or he's not all that good. And Rich Waltz, out of 821 votes, guess how many he's got, Josh?
0?
Don't peek. You looked. He's got the big... Oh! No, the jingles, we got the big 8. In fact, I might actually play one of those.
The big H. Golden. I think you asked.
Yeah. At any rate, the big 8 was great, but now it's crap. That's radio for you, man. It used to be a great thing, you know? Just like those Slinkies. Remember, did you ever have a Slinky when you were a kid?
Sure, several.
Okay, Slinkies. Those used to be great, too. I bet you nobody buys those now.
They're still around.
They are? They still have Slinkies?
Different colors, made out of plastic, different sizes.
Nothing worse than a stinky slinky, like if your dog gets a hold of it. Fear of raid. Speaking of stinky, look at this. Fear of raid grips South Florida immigrant workers. Don't start any rumors now. Although I hear panic gripped South Florida's panic. Not just fear, but panic. Gripped South Florida's undocumented immigrant communities as rumors spread throughout the nation that immigration agents were conducting random raids, detaining people on the streets, in stores, restaurants, and shopping malls. So that's just the Gestapo making their rounds. Get used to it. From Homestead to Key Biscayne and Aventura, and from Pembroke Pines to Lake Worth, all of these bedroom towns. Potentially thousands of undocumented immigrants are staying home this week. Many fear venturing onto the streets lest they wind up deported, even though no evidence surfaced of widespread sweeps. Give them a broom and let's see what they can do. Maybe Sean Canoni can round all these people up.
This is the pelo that you hate what?
Business managers throughout South Florida said they saw a dramatic drop in the number of immigrant workers showing up at work sites since Monday. In Homestead, where anywhere from 200 to 300 workers wait on a street corner near Chrome Avenue every morning to be picked up by employers, only a couple of dozen were spotted yesterday. Mario, an undocumented Guatemalan Homestead, who would not give his last name for obvious reasons, maybe it was Mario Lemieux, said he was afraid to go out since reports of immigration raids began over the weekend. I try to go find work in the morning, then I go straight home after I finish working, he said, before I'd go and do some shopping and get together with friends after some chopping. Dan Shaw, president and chief executive of the Associated Builders and Contractors in Coconut Creek, said more than 100 immigrant construction workers had left work sites in Broward and other parts of South Florida and not returned since rumors began. In other words, they vamoosed. They got on the little red caboose and they vamoosed. This scared off immigrants at multiple work sites, Shaw said. See, once some little thing starts then the rumors start going like crazy.
Yeah, I hear they're going to be doing it every day. Forever.
Even though immigration agents conduct operations and detain foreign nationals every day, they generally go after people wanted for crimes or those who've evaded deportation orders. Immigration Authority.
Illegal alien in Canada and Miami.
He hasn't called yet today, which I'm very disappointed about that.
Just wait.
No. Nevertheless, well, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get to any more calls now. I got to get to my pile. It was very entertaining for a little while, but now I got to dig into my pile, you know?
You mean you don't want to hear from those same people all over again?
No, I think 4 or 5 times each was enough. Although, that was a little bit different today. That was, he's actually cut out a whole new, huh?
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, it was. No, he actually said something. Other than,
Hitler.
Some immigrant rights activists worried that loud national debate over undocumented workers' futures left many nervous and easily spooked. Ooh. Opponents, they suggested, could be spreading rumors of raids just to scare workers away from political events. Raid. I honestly think it's psychological. Stop now. I honestly think it's psychological warfare and retaliation against immigrants in application of the May 1 protest, said Jonathan Freed. In anticipation of those protests. Jonathan Freed of We Count at Homestead. Raid rumors were not limited to South Florida. Homeland Security officials said they were flooded with telephone calls around the country from the media and the public about the alleged random raids by U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement agents. U.S. officials said they believe the rumor started after Homeland Security Secretary Mickey Chertoff last week announced a crackdown against employers who hire undocumented foreign workers. See, he slipped into Mickey. His announcement came coupled with the disclosure that ICE agents detained 1,187 unauthorized immigrants in 26 states, including 38 in Tampa. Oh, what a place. You know what they were picking in Tampa? Not lettuce, not strawberries. You know what they were picking?
Corn?
No.
Rectum.
Close.
Oh.
Then on Monday, ICE officials in Miami announced the biggest sweep of criminal and undocumented immigrants in Florida in a decade. A total of 183 people, including 43 convicted criminals, were detained in the Miami area and 3 other cities. Most of the immigrants, 130,
about 30, man,
had evaded deportation orders, but another 53 were detained because they were nearby when immigration. They just happened to be in the wrong place at the wrong time when they found the alleged absconders. So, in other words, they just happened to be hanging around. Oh, well, let's grab you, too, while we're here, while we're at it. You know? Let's make it a package deal. Speaking of poor Mike. Yeah, I'm thinking about so many of those people who died and then so many people who are still alive. You follow what I'm saying? That we could, swap them out for? For example, I don't want to, pick on him, but...
Greg hates you.
Oh, there would be one. Oh, God. Let's bring back Mike Ranieri and just put Greg in the box. You've heard of the old Jack in the box. How about a Greg in the box? Sounds interesting to me. We better keep leaning on that pull now. I'm going to see if I ease off on it, because Josh isn't doing anything to help. He's still worried about Zach. Or what was her name? Crack? Yeah, that's it.
Right.
Kathy with a crack problem. 835 votes on here. We better get to well over 900 by the top of the hour, or it's going to be another one. I don't want. I'm a little ill, and I'm making a nice recovery here from this flu. We got 842, so we should be able to. Oh, look at it, George Clooney talking about Sudan and Darfur. Get out of there already, you jackass! Go make another stupid ass movie, okay? Go make another Syriana movie.
A symbol of
just like everybody's supposed to be watching this, this flight, whatever the hell movie it is. What is it?
93.
93. And they keep whipping up, oh, well, this is how it was. No, it is not how it was any more than the Temptation of Christ or whatever that Mel Gibson. What was the movie by Mel Gibson?
The Passion.
The Passion
the
of the Christ.
of the Christ.
Yeah. And then the Pope says, the last Getsky, the one that croaked there, whatever, they were schlepping around on that slab. Oh, it is as it was. Yeah, because he says so. That's how it was 2,000 years ago. And this is how it was with all those phony cell phone calls that supposedly all managed to get through from 37,000 feet in the air, which it doesn't work, period. Isn't it amazing? Every call got through. Isn't that something?
That's something.
Yeah, a miracle is what it is. And I'm going to say it again. This crap about the big hero there. He said, let's roll. He didn't say let's roll. They even got it on the tape now. He said roll it. He was talking about the food cart. They were trying to jam their way to the cockpit and get it open again to get those lunatics out of there. Roll it. Not let's roll. That's what George always says. Let's roll it.
Right? Or let somebody else.
28 past noon. Well, when you're a big radio star, you have somebody else roll it for you.
That's right. I buy it, they roll it.
And that's exactly right. And Sigourney Weaver goes out and buys the good stuff.
Or tries to.
Hey, if you think you have termites in your home, call our good friends at Ridded Pest Control today for a free termite inspection. Ridded Pest Control uses an amazing orange oil treatment that kills termites and their eggs 100% on contact. And right now, as I speak, this is the beginning of the termite season. And boy, I tell you, once they get in your home, they're going to chew your house to bits. But if you use Ridded, they are gone faster than you can say. Todd Rex, an imbecile. If you have termites, it's the best possible way to get rid of them forever. You don't have to tent your home either. All of us have seen those situations that, it's kind of like embarrassing. You go by a neighborhood and you see some house with a tent over it and everybody's saying, oh, they got bugs. That's a filthy, No tenting your home, no worrying about poisonous gas, no moving out or staying in hotels for several days, no worry about food or your pets either, or your health. Because at Riddit, they treat your home with this amazing, unduplicated orange oil. And you don't have to leave it all. The only thing that leaves are the termites. In fact, when they're done treating your property, the only thing left behind is a clean set of oranges for just a few days. Maybe you can make some of that Marcello shallot. What is it again? Ambrosia. With some of them oranges. It's true. If you have a termite problem, call Riddit Pest Control right now and find out about this amazing orange oil treatment that kills termites and their eggs 100% on contact. No tenting, no BS, no games, no kidding. They do a fantastic, effective job for you. Call right now for a free, no-obligation inspection. 1-800-447-4348. What's to lose except those termites? 1-800-447-4348. Be sure and tell them that Todd Dreck told you to call. Riddit Pest Control, the best. 1-800-447-4348.
This is Neil Rogers. This is 560 QAM.
Thank it, baby.
Itchy nipples. Hey, what causes that? Itchy nipples, like a biting gnat. Itchy nipples, it hurts to scratch them, they're sensitive. This is an awful way to live. Red and swollen knocker topper, somebody should call Crime Stoppers. Wonder if I have Ebola, itchy, scratchy areola. Rubbing against my t-shirt. Holy hell, my nipples hurt. What affliction has come over me? Like an anthill on my chest, something bad has made a nest on my poor innocent bamboo bee. My aching twosome, there's no relief. I know it's gruesome. It causes grief. Swollen knocker topper. Somebody should call Crime Stoppers. Flaky white skin on my poppers. Wonder if I have Ebola. Itchy, scratchy areola. Oh, itchy nipples.
12:35 at 560 WQAM. 853 votes. And Rich Walsh has got, guess how many, Josh?
0.
Right. Absolutely correct, sir. None. Mike Inglis has only got one. That's the guy who faxed him in who evidently wants a date. Dave Strader, too, although he said he's seen him in the arena. He looks like a schlub, but he's great on the air. Well, I guess nobody listens to the Heat games on the radio. Certainly nobody listens to the Marlin games on the radio.
It's kind of tough to listen to basketball on the radio.
A nice siesta. I beg your pardon?
So it's kind of tough to
You ever hear of Johnny Most, who did the Celtics games?
Of course, yeah.
He was on the radio.
I know.
He was great. If you were a Celtics fan, I hated him like poison because I hated the Celtics, but he was a great announcer.
We was robbed. Havlicek stole the ball.
He was great. He was kind of like a forerunner to Scott Farrell, only he was really a great play-by-play announcer as opposed to Farrell, who just was make-believe. By the way, I'm not going on your show, Scott, so leave me alone. I'm not going on your show to discuss hockey or Hockey-China or anything else. I get 4 hours, I get paid when I'm on the air. Anyway, this story you're going to love. Dana Milbank, no relation to Dana Bash. Is she still? They still put that pinhead on there, the shrunken head on with Lou Dobbs, since you watch that every night. I don't watch Lou Dobbs.
Yeah, she's more on the Situation Room than.
I am so sick and tired of that whole. You know what it's like? It's like the boy who cried wolf Blitzkrieg. Just over and over and it would be like if I came on and talked about the same damn thing every day for 30 years, for Christ's sakes. After the first 20 years of it, people get even now as it is with all the different things we talk about, they still are getting it's ponderous, man. Although another 5 or 10 years of this would be good. Just keep sending no shows, just send the checks. How's that sound?
All right.
To all of them. Just keep sending the checks. That's going to be the new contract that Norma's working out. How'd you come out on that, by the way? You got that thing in the works?
I haven't gotten that thing. It goes over to the West Coast where they sit on it and wait for it to hatch.
Well, I got news for you. I'm not going to consider extending my deal until they get you guys signed, sealed, and delivered, okay, as Peter Frampton would say. So I'm not going to consider extending till 25. All this talk is easy. Get off your ass over there and do something. See, they can never do anything, as you know. They always have to drag it out. And in addition to which, I don't know why they drag your thing out, because it's retroactive to the first of the year anyway. So no matter how much they stall, the old stall routine ain't going to save them any money.
No, but...
No, it's just for aggravation's sake, because they like to treat everybody like crap.
They have a pace that they operate at.
I see.
There.
Slow, like the tortoise. Anyway, Dana Milbank in the Washington Post writes, you're going to love this story. This is beautiful. Ladies and gentlemen, start your engines. Gas prices have gone above $3 a gallon again, and that means it's time for another round of congressional finger-pointing. Since George Bush and Dick Cheney took over as president and vice president, gas prices have doubled, charged Senator Barbara Boxer, Democrat of California, standing in an Exxon station on Capitol Hill where regular unleaded hit $3.10. They're too cozy with the oil industry, she said. Then she hopped in a waiting Chrysler LHS 18 miles a gallon, even though her Senate office is only a block away. Senator Chuck Schumer, Democrat of New York, used a Hyundai Elantra to make the one-block journey to and from the gas station news conference. He posed in front of the fuel prices and gave a thumbs down. Get tough on big oil, he demanded of the Bush administration. Couldn't walk the block. By comparison, Senator Maria Cantwell, Democrat of Washington, was a model of conservation. She told a staff idling in a jet to leave without her, then ducked into a sushi restaurant for lunch before making the journey back to work. She walked. What a concept. Oh, I wonder if Greg was in that sushi restaurant. I hear it's the best in the city, Greg. Oh, sorry. At about the same time, House Republicans were meeting in the Capitol for their weekly caucus. Topic A, gas. The House driveway was jammed with cars, many idling, including 8 Chevy Suburbans that get 14 miles a gallon. America may be addicted to oil, as your president puts it, but America's in the denial phase of this addiction, as evidenced by the behavior of its lawmakers. They have proposed all kinds of solutions to high gas prices, taxes on oil companies, domestic oil drilling, releasing petroleum reserves, but they ignore the obvious, that Americans drive too much in too big cars. Senators were debating war spending bill yesterday, but the subject invariably turned to gas prices. Senate Minority Leader Harry Reid, Democrat of Nevada, engaged his deputy Dick Durbin of Illinois in a riveting colloquy. Is the senator aware that the L.A. Times headline reads today, Bush proposals viewed as a drop in the bucket? I'm aware of that, Durbin replied. Senator Pete Domenici, Republican of New Mexico, responded with an economics lesson. Oil is worth what people pay for it, he argued. Senator Hillary Clinton sounded the alarms. We're one accident or one terrorist attack away from oil at least $100 a barrel. Senator Lisa Murkowski, Republican of Alaska, made a plea for conservation. We have to move quickly to increase our oil efficiency, she urged. But not too quickly. After lunchtime vote, senators emerged from the Capitol for the drive across the street to their offices. Senator John Sununu, Republican of New Hampshire, hopped in a GMC Yukon, 14 miles a gallon. Senator Jim DeMint, Republican of South Carolina, climbed aboard a Nissan Pathfinder, 15. Senator Ben Nelson, Democrat of Nebraska, stepped into an 8-cylinder Ford Explorer, 14. Senator Dianne Feinstein, Democrat of California, disappeared into a Lincoln Town Car, 17. Senator Ted Kennedy met up with an idly Chrysler minivan that gets 18. Next came Senator Bob Menendez of New Jersey, greeted by a Ford Explorer XLT. On the Senate floor Tuesday, Menendez had complained that Bush remains opposed to higher fuel efficiency standards. Also waiting, 3 Suburbans, a Nissan Armada V8, 2 Cadillacs, and a Lexus. The greenest senator was Richard Lugar, who was picked up by his hybrid Toyota Prius 60 miles a gallon at quadruple the fuel efficiency of his Indiana counterpart Evan Bayh, who was met by a Dodge Durango V8 14. As a political matter, Democrats clearly sense they have the advantage in high gas prices. Judging from the number of speeches and news conferences, the cost of Republican corruption when it comes to energy is hitting home very clearly for the American middle class. House Minority Leader Nancy Pelosi exulted yesterday morning. In the meantime, they're sucking up the gas, man, like it's coming out of the sky. A sampling of senators and staff cars parked along Delaware Avenue Northeast found that those displaying Democratic campaign bumper stickers had a somewhat higher average fuel economy, 23 miles a gallon, than those displaying GOP stickers, 18. Isn't that very significant?
Yeah.
A fuel efficiency rating couldn't be found for the 1970s Volkswagen Thing, owned by Senator Richard Burr, Republican of North Carolina. Probably the one that Ted Bundy drove. Remember his Bug?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe lawmakers are starting to learn, it says. When GOP senators had a lunch Tuesday a couple of blocks from the Capitol, many took cars. Senator John McCain emerged from the lunch looking for a ride when he spied the Washington Post's Shayla Murray. Reconsidering, he set on foot. I need the exercise, he said. Yeah, as soon as he saw a reporter from the Post, all of a sudden he started needing exercise real bad. Make that jaw go back, make that cheek go back down. Can you imagine if Jerry Lewis would have got the mumps a couple of years ago?
Oh, my.
How would you know? 870 votes. Don't be slacking off on this poll. And by the way, Rich Waltz is consistent. He may not be good, but he's still got the big... Oh!
This is Neil Rogers.
You're doing it, Rich.
This is 560 QAM.
Rogers.
She's beautiful.
Oh, he's on fire right now.
She's a smoking little pistol, isn't she?
Really, though, we're just like any other couple.
They're the latest hot couple in Hollywood's eyes. Even better than the Julie and the Ashton surprise. Brad said we're just friends till he got between her thighs. And now she's with child and her name's Angelina Jolie. Their sex at that hotel really caused quite a fervor. She was screaming so loud that the staff overheard her. They called the police and they all did agree. You'd best bring a muzzle if you bang Angelina Jolie.
Absolutely.
Oh, Brad put Jen on the shelf. He kicked her to the curb and he picked up a milk. Oh, Jen would never give in, but Angelina put down. Brad has got a new friend. Since Billy Bob told him she's been out madly scoring. That horny Tomb Raider's been worldwide a-whoring. Hope Brad doesn't mind the baby, looks a bit Chinese. It's like joining the UN, moving in with Angelina Jolie.
Hey, where are the kids? I sold them to the lady across the street. She always said how much she liked them.
Well, we have buffaloes of kids.
When are you going to find time to ignore your kids?
Our kids are really attracted. Are you ready, kids?
Yay! They sold them for home improvement money, I guess. 1248, 800 and, what do we got, 881? Is that what it says on that poll? 881. We better get to over 900 by the top of the hour. We're going to go through another one of those, down to the wire things. I don't want to do that today. Do you? I don't like that. And, of course, it is very important we get to 1,000 votes by 2 on our poll every day because, I don't know why, because I said so. How's that?
All right.
And Josh agrees because it adds a little, I don't know, it's like a little challenge, you know? Yeah. Got to have like a little challenge. Like trying to slap Dave Van Boring on the back during the middle of a Marlins game and wake him up and make him a little more animated. Which is why Josh ain't doing the job anymore, because he tried it numerous times and never worked. Here's a story you're just going to want to puke from. Oh, God. A 9-month-old boy was killed this morning, in Delray Beach, after his father bashed him onto the hood of a car, then threw him into a canal during a domestic dispute, police say.
Okay.
Isn't that charming?
Yeah, lovely.
Here's what police said happened early this morning. Charles Edward Tyson, 20, and his partner Shamika Mosley, 17, and the baby, Charles Edward Tyson, Jr., were driving from West Boca Community Hospital, their home in the 1300 block of Southwest 2nd Street. It wasn't immediately known why the couple was at the hospital. Police said the couple began arguing, and Mosley was accused of infidelity. The argument escalated, and Tyson threatened to kill the baby. Maybe it's just a bad name, that Tyson thing, huh?
Maybe.
At Linton Boulevard and Congress Avenue, Tyson threatened to throw the baby out of the window. Mosley, who was driving, talked him down. A short time later, on the 700 block of Southwest 17th Ave, as Mosley slowed the car, Tyson again threatened to throw the child out of the window. The car stopped. This time, police said he tossed the baby out the passenger side window into the dirt. Mosley got out, ran to the baby. Tyson and Mosley struggled. Tyson grabbed the baby by one leg and swung the child at the hood of the car, police said. The impact was so hard it dented the hood of the car. Mosley wrestled the child away and put the baby in the back seat of the car, but Tyson jumped in behind the wheel and took off. At the Lawson Bridge over the C4 Canal west of Congress, police say Tyson stopped the car and took the baby out and threw him into the canal and then drove away. He returned to Mosley and told her what he did. She began screaming so hysterically that people in the neighborhood called the police. It was 2:52 in the morning this morning. Within a short time, police and firefighters found the baby floating in the water about 10 feet offshore, about 300 feet south of the bridge. That's floating in the water as in dead. At 3:21 a.m., police went to the Tyson-Mosley home. Tyson exited the house telling police, "Take me to jail." At 4:02, doctors at Delray Medical Center pronounced the baby dead. That one of the most charming stories you've ever read in your life? Forced sterilization, baby. I'm telling you right now. You people laugh. Think I'm joking about that. Forced sterilization. Okay. Think what you want. That's the only hope.
No, you can think what you want. It's like never going to happen.
No, I understand that. But look, people always say, well, give us the answer. I've been giving you the answer for years now, but you just, okay. This business of people reproducing like rabbits, as you know, it doesn't take like any great skill.
No.
Doesn't take no great skill. Sometimes it might give you a little thrill, but then everything goes downhill. 886 votes on the poll. We damn well better get those other 14 by the top of the hour. I want to, breathe real easy during that 1 to 2 hour. I can't believe I actually got through yesterday and today, I got up this morning. I had every intention, because I was laying there in bed and I heard the fax machine puking, so I knew that you were already there, because Josh would never be there at that hour, and I don't blame him. But I thought, well, George is there today. I could go in there and tell him, hey, you're on today. We covered for you yesterday. It's my turn.
Right. You could have.
I don't want to do that.
Good. I don't want you to do that.
Huh?
I don't want you to do that.
I don't like being one of those, and of course there's no way of knowing because I'm a long ways away. I could be sick 1-2 days a week, I've worked with people like that who are always out sick. And then there were people you worked with who you wish they would have been sick, like Rick Riley, but that's your thing,
Yeah, my thing.
Former Soviet President Mikhail Gorbachev, that's the old Grapestein man, urged the world's biggest industrialized nation to set up a $50 billion fund to support solar power, warning that oil or nuclear energy were not viable energy sources for the future. Gorbachev, who chairs an environmental think tank, Green Cross International, called on leaders of the Group of 8 industrialized nations to invest in renewable energy sources in a statement marking the 20th anniversary of the Chernobyl nuclear disaster.
Oh, my gosh.
What about 3 Mile Island? Why don't we commemorate that?
Because nothing actually happened.
Well, but it could have, though.
It could have, but
it was going to be really bad. I mean,
everything,
we celebrate.
It failed as bad as it could, and yet nothing happened.
Death of John Lennon, the death of Elvis, the King, 20 years after Chernobyl, the assassination of President Kennedy. We're very big on commemorating dates, and then we just keep doing the same crap over and over again. As leader of the Soviet Union in '86, Gorbachev led the immediate response to the world's worst nuclear disaster, which led to at least 4,000 deaths and sent a radioactive cloud over parts of Europe. The Green Cross proposals were contained in a letter sent to leaders of the Group of 8 industrialized nations who were due to meet in Russia in July. Some of the proposals reported last week in the Financial Times. The idea reflects our vision of a way of helping the energy impoverished in the developing world while creating concentrations of solar energy in cities that could be used to prevent blackouts, Gorbachev said. He turned out to be a pretty good guy, this guy, Gorby. Remember the old Gorby grape stain? Kids were like, huh? Pasted them on their forehead. And now that I got my hair all sliced off, I could paste one on. I got all forehead up there now. I could paste a big.
Yeah, but make it in the shape of something like butterfly or bird.
Butterfly would be good. Butterflies are free. Gorbachev said that nuclear power doesn't add up economically, environmentally, or socially. Nuclear power neither is the answer to modern energy problems nor a panacea for climate change challenges. He said. Green Cross said nuclear technology requires huge amounts of initial capital, while decommissioning plants is hugely expensive, and costs continue to be incurred long after the nuclear power station is closed. Direct subsidies to nuclear energy in the U.S. totaled $115 billion between 1947 and 1999, with another $145 billion in direct subsidies, according to the non-governmental agency. It said they dwarfed those spent on solar or wind power. The G8 brings together Britain, Canada, France, Germany, Italy, Japan, Russia, and the USA. Good old Gorby. I say let's get rid of Bush and put Gorbachev in there.
All right.
I think that's a sensational idea.
Sure
Or
is.
let's just get rid of Poontang over there and put Gorby back in. Sounds good. Sounds like a capital idea to me.
Rootin' tootin'.
Now we're going to make that. Don't forget that big draft party Saturday. That's all I'm going to say about that. I'm tired of it. And I'm sure if I'm tired of talking about, the audience is tired of hearing that promo, Big thing Saturday. It's at Hooters in Pembroke Pines. Mad Dog, Joe Z, the Big O, who is always
rock solid.
893. We'll have it. We'll have it licked. We'll have the 900 by the top of the hour. And then you'll see the votes coming in big, huge chunks. Just like they did for Bush in Ohio there in those last couple of hours. Remember that?
Oh, yeah.
All the exit polling. Oh, Kerry won. Kerry's the next president. Oh, not so fast. We're going to call our buddy over at Diebold, man, saying, I'm Diebolded over here. And all of a sudden, just when you thought that he was in, they pulled him back. It was kind of like reverse of Godfather 3. Just when you thought Kerry was in, they pulled him back out. How's that? That was a good line. See, you're always poo-pooing Godfather 3. I'm glad that Josh now is there to stick up for me on it. There were a lot of great lines in there.
Yeah, usually from the first two.
Did he say that in the first two? I don't think
that
he ever
was
said
the only
that.
one.
Just when I thought I was out, they pulled me back in. He's so damn good when he wants to be, Al Pacino. He's been in a lot of crap. And thank God you never saw and never will see the scent of a woman. Man, you can smell that one a mile away.
This is Neil Rogers.
Smells where it came from.
This is 560 QAM.
Not just the 1 to 2 hour, it's a phenomenon.
Absolutely. Who's the Scientologist that turned out to be a hypocrite?
Shaq.
You're damn right. Who is the dude that gets marinade, put down Tom Cruise?
Chef.
Can you dig it? Who's the cat that's making fun of every other religion?
Chef.
Right on. They say Chef is one brainwashed mother.
Shut your mouth.
I'm talking about Chef.
Then we can dig it.
He's a two-faced blowhard, but no one understands him but L. Ron Hubbard.
Dumb Chef.
I kicked your ass.
Excuse me, but I do believe that sucked ass.
It's 101 at 560 WQAM. It's our gigantic 1 to 2 hour. It's our Geldy warm-up hour. Geldy 2 to 4. I have a feeling we're going to be hearing a lot more of Geldy. Oh, my God. We got 906 votes. We got the 900 mark top. We should be okay, right?
Okay.
When you think we're okay?
Okay.
And the good news is Rich Waltz, out of over 900 votes, he finally got one. Either a relative, maybe Mrs. Waltz, or maybe a sympathy vote. You think? Or maybe both of these.
Right.
Very sad. Although, best of all time, that covers a lot of people, Maybe they think he's pretty good. But he sure as hell ain't no Jimmy Syphilis, for example. Heck of a job on those Dolphin games, by the way, Jimmy. Not. I hope those guys don't lose another $3.5-4 million on the Dolphins this season. Would that be bad? Because even with all the money that they've got over there, the Feinberg family, there probably has to be a limit to the amount of red ink that they're willing to swallow over there. And next Tuesday morning, they can do all the cranking that they want. The fact is, next Tuesday morning, you just wait. Because in this particular case, this station's we've already shown their stuff, with Mad Dog and Hank, and of course we're still doing okay here. But what do they got? If they keep doing the ones and the twos, it's just a matter of time, and it's going to be bye-bye. It's going to be like RFX, Fox Sports Radio all over again, or it's going to be like the Fan 1980 on a radio dial all over again. Maybe they can get more Testes Estrada back on. Speaking of radio, which is as alien from QAM as anything I can think of, David Lenahan. Remember we had that story about the guy that got fired at it in St. Louis?
Okay.
David Lenahan, who was dismissed in March from KTRS St. Louis after using the word coon during a conversation about U.S. Secretary of State Condoleezza Rice and her potential credentials for the job of NFL commissioner, returned to the air this week on News Talk KRMS AM. Oh, it must be the MS, KRMS, in Osage Beach, Missouri, a 1 kilowatt, that's a 1,000-watt station located to the southwest of Jefferson City. Kind of a little puddle jumper radio station, kind of like the light bulb. The Kansas City Star reports that Lenahan will host the 4 to 6 p.m. slot on the station for the next 2 weeks. KRMS owner Dennis Klautzer told the newspaper that he spoke to Lenahan about the potential full-time job at his station, but he reports the talk host wants to remain in St. Louis, where he also does postdoctoral research in spinal cord injury at Washington University. Lenahan, who has apologized several times for his Rice remark and said he misspoke while trying to say the word coup, C-O-U-P, told the Star, "I'm just down here getting back behind the mic. You have to learn from things and move on," he said, as in moveon.org. I don't know, it just seems hard to put the two together. A guy who's doing, he does postdoctoral research in spinal cord injury at Washington University, and he went on the air at KTRS in St. Louis and said coon instead of coup. Somehow the pieces of that puzzle don't fit together in my mind. You know what I'm saying?
Well, people misspeak all the time.
Yeah. Like if you were to say kind of loser, that would be bad.
Like that.
That's Dr. Rice to you.
Yeah.
American rapper Snoop Dogg was in police custody today after being arrested with 5 other men following a disturbance at London's Heathrow Airport, a police source be saying. Oh, come on.
He's playing the puke sound for like you've ever heard this.
I kick your ass. I'm big and strong. I kick your ass.
The 34-year-old star, former member of the notorious...
Might as well have been.
Scotland Yard said 7 police suffered minor injuries, including a fractured hand, after they were called to the airport around 6 o'clock last night to deal with a disturbance involving some 30 people.
About 30, man.
In a British Airways business lounge. Members of the group became abusive, said a police spokesman, after officers told them to reclaim their baggage. 6 members of the group, all aged in their 30s,
about 30, man,
were subsequently arrested on suspicion of violent disorder and affray. Whatever that is, affray, the spokesman said. Dog, whose real name is Calvin Brodus, became one of rap's biggest stars after his debut album Doggy Style topped the charts in 1993. Is that Doogie Style? Dog and the other men, all Americans, were taken to 2 West London police stations where they were held in custody. Media reports said, thank God the Brits aren't rowdy like that, especially during soccer games. Right. Media reports said Dog was waiting for a flight to Johannesburg in South Africa. British Airways spokesman told the Daily Mirror there was an incident involving a group of passengers at our lounge where some passengers were rude and abusive to our staff, and that's something we don't tolerate. We ain't going to put up with that kind of crap, even if he do sing some pretty good rap. And he also told the Brits,
I kick your ass.
Yeah. I think they weren't buying it. By the way, thanks again, Mr. President, for those low gas prices. Oil companies reject price gouging accusations. They're making record put these pieces of this puzzle together. Record unbelievable profits, $8 billion net profit for Exxon in the first quarter, and they say they're not gouging the public. Does that piece fit into your puzzle? Did you ever do puzzles when you were a kid?
Yeah, when I was a kid.
I guess everybody did. You ever did? Probably Josh is still doing them.
Oh, yeah, I'm doing one right now.
Are you?
He's puzzling.
The QAM puzzle.
Yeah.
He's putting that Zach puzzle together. Watch out for the real big piece there where it's...
Rectum.
912 votes on our poll today. It's a pretty, conclusive, I would say. South Florida's best play-by-play sportscaster of all time is, I hate this poll, 151. The hate wins again. Oh, hate all over the place here. Rick Weaver, 138. He was great, 138. But they hate. I hate sports, 106. Joe Angel, 102. Boy, they made a bad mistake there when they screwed him over. He was good. He put something into it. You know, he was like alive and enthusiastic and had his own cornball cliches. You know, put it in the win column. But at least he, had some personality as opposed to that current stiff we got. Bill Zimfer, 67. Sonny Hirsch, 65. Mo Howard David did 47. He would have gotten more votes if he would have known the names of the players. And it wouldn't wear that Jets outfit at the games all the time. That was bad. Bad form. Luke Shamby, 41. Dave O'Brien, 40. Screw you, Dave. Go away. Remember the time they brought him in on my show on IOD that one day?
No.
You don't?
No.
No, you just blocked
my brain filter catches it.
Yeah, I wouldn't blame you. What an ego. Eric Reed, who talks through his teeth, the TV voice of the Heat. He's got 26. Don't forget S stands for... Joe Zagacki, 25, who desperately needs that personality transplant soon. Geldy, 17, just needs a vocal cord transplant. Maybe we get like a group growth, a group operation. Maybe the same doctor that performed the operation on Moe's hairpiece could do those operations. You think?
Maybe.
They're supposed to
check it
go
out.
1, 2, 3.
Oh.
Dave Halberstam, 16. Mark Vandermeer, only 14. I guess they forgot about him. He was very good.
Yes,
Did
he
you
was.
win sports?
And a good guy.
He was what?
And a good guy.
He was a good guy, but his wife was a real pain in the ass. Remember, she was always behind my back. How come Neil Rogers is always picking on Joe Zagacki? I think maybe she had a thing for Joe.
Was that his wife? I thought that was Rimmer's wife.
No. Mark Vandermeer's wife. Rimmer's wife. What did she care about Joe Zagacki? Rimmer's wife was all bent out of shape because of the fact that you were always picking on him.
Yeah.
And me too.
I'm going to do it again.
I just hate, period, 13. Just hate, ... Just hate. Jeff Rimmer, 9. Isn't it interesting that he follows, I just hate, ... Jeff Rimmer, 9. Len Casper, 7. Dave Van Horn, only 7. How many seasons now? What is it, about 4 or 5 he's been doing the Marlin games on this station? Josh?
This will be his...
5.
6th.
6?
Yes.
He's just doing 1 vote a year, a little bit better than that. Boy, that's not too impressive to me. Dave Van Horn, 7. Coma Man. Jugs McDonald, 6. Fuddy-duddy. Even when he was like not 100 years old and he could see something back in the Islander days, he still always sounded the same. He was really upset when I called it. He was in the car with Rimmer one day and I said he's an old hack. Very upset. But you know what he was?
What?
Old hack. I just never liked him. I mean, you know, he might, I don't know. He might be a good guy. Rimmer said no, but he might have been a good guy. But he just, to me, was just never very good. Jimmy Syphilis, 5. I mean, that's just my opinion, Jugs. Don't take it personal. I mean, you're going to be, you know, in the nursing home pretty soon anyway. Jimmy Syphilis, 5. Chris Moron, 4. Dave Strader, 4. Mike Inglis has got 1. Speak it Inglés, baby. Speak it Inglés. You want to live it. Who did Mo for South Florida, okay? People who speak it Inglés or pick it Apani, huh? Mike Inglis, 1. And Rich Waltz finally got 1. Out of 916. Better keep your eye on that total, man. I want to make damn sure we get to that. So look at that. Just refreshed. It's still 916. You people got a lot of work to do on NeilRogers.com. Don't just sit back resting on your fat ass or your laurels, okay? And what is that? What does that mean, resting on your laurels? I know it's supposed to mean resting on what you've done in the past, but
right.
I mean, a laurel's a racetrack in Maryland, but what are laurels?
You know, laurels are those things that they place on your head like the ancient Greeks, like around Caesar's head.
Oh, like Jesus' head?
No. Those are different laurels.
Oh. They placed around Julius Caesar's what?
Rectum. Yeah.
Was that before or after he got stabbed?
During.
Oh, I see. 917. You see that? The votes are pouring. And there's Susan Collins again.
The organization
She's almost as whiny as Wolf Blitzkrieg. I'm sure glad that I got you tuned into... oh, gee, I just dropped all my stories on the floor. Turned out to Lou Dobbs, because now you get a chance to see the Situation Room and see just how pedantic Wolf... And they consider him to be the cat's meow, you know. He's the big cheese.
Wolf?
Yeah, on CNN. Why do you think he's on there in prime time? All right. And then even after Lou Dobbs, he comes back again in the Situation Room.
He's a cadaver.
He is pathetic. Not to mention, of course, a card-carrying Nazi.
This is Neil Rogers. This is 560.
Check out those boots.
Howard David's a bitch.
Absolutely.
What should they bully? Watch it, now watch it. Sorry about. Another terrorist from Dubai. Why did he attack us? What the hell did we do? To kick us while we are hanging in that new torture room. Even the Christian right, the Lutheran right.
Bushes a booty, a precious booty.
Here's all our families through our homes away. Stop with all this madness and give us back Bushes.
Bushes a booty. Bushes a booty.
The whole world hates you. Go away, you went there.
Bushes a booty. Bushes a booty. A precious booty.
Watch him now, watch him. Cut him out, cut him out.
118 at 560 WQAM. Geldy coming up at 2 o'clock. That's why we're a little tough to maintain our momentum here today. Our momentum. You know what I'm saying? 930 votes. 900 how many?
About 30, man.
So we got 70 to go. We still got some work to do, you folks out there. You better hop on that, baby. 931. There's another one. Rich Waltz still has only one. 931. We need 69 votes in 42 minutes. We should be able to do that, but you never know with this crowd. Here, this from the Charlotte Observer, because I know you're all whipped up about those lacrosse players. Father of the accuser in the rape case involving Duke University lacrosse player said his daughter was raped to death with a broomstick during a party last month, and that explains the defense lawyer's claims that no DNA from the players was found on her. Well, shouldn't they start looking for, like, splinters, maybe?
Maybe. That's not how you do it.
Oh. The woman's father, appearing on MSNBC's Rita Cosby Live and Direct Tuesday night, said his daughter told him that when 3 team members raped and sodomized her, they also used a broom. The father said he learned about the broom from others, and then she said, it's a good thing her name isn't Hilda, you know?
Oh, that's bad.
It is bad. It was very insensitive and obnoxious, and I'm really glad I said it. Father said he learned about the broom from others, then said she told me afterward because she didn't want me to know that part. He said, well, it's not that I'm insensitive, but I don't know how the media picks and chooses, you know? First of all, nobody gives a crap about lacrosse. That's number one. Secondly, there are women getting raped brutally every day in America, and all over North America, and all over the world, and nobody seems to give a flying crap about any of those women.
Yeah, they weren't raped by the lacrosse team.
Oh, I see. But like I said, nobody cares about lacrosse. If it would have been the football team, then you got another story. Durham civil rights activist Victoria Peterson told the Observer on Wednesday that an investigator in the case told her the woman had been sodomized with an object. He didn't say a broom, just an object, said Peterson, who's become a friend and advised of the woman's family since the party. He told me she wasn't just raped at it, she was terribly sodomized at it. When reached by the Observer on Wednesday at his home, the woman's father said he was leaving for a doctor's appointment and couldn't talk. Defense lawyers for the players were not available and didn't return phone calls for comment. Police officials also are mum. In papers filed with the court, police who searched the Buchanan Boulevard house where the party occurred made no mention of seizing a broomstick. And a broomstick was not among the items police said they wanted to seize when they applied for the search warrant. The woman's father also said in the TV interview that his daughter had considered dropping the case because of the immense pressure from all the attention and public debate. She has talked about it. As a matter of fact, she told me it was getting to be too much on her, the father said. She couldn't take it. So far, she's still hanging in there tough. Peterson said she's spoken with the accuser twice and found her under great duress. She's depressed. She's crying. She needs help. This lady is out of it, he said. He's a civil rights activist. And, of course, this must be a racial thing because she's black. And, naturally, there are no black lacrosse players. So we know that lacrosse players were very lily white.
There's one of them, I understand.
There was one black lacrosse player?
That's what I heard.
I didn't see him. If there was one, we haven't seen him.
He was the one guy who wasn't tested.
Oh, I see. Well, I mean...
because she said it was all white guys.
There you go. So it's got to be a racial thing. Just like Susan Smith. Remember when there was black guys kidnapped her kids?
Just the one, yeah.
What? Just the one what? It was just one black guy?
That's right.
Well, what difference does it make when you're just making it up anyway? Might as well have been 10 of them, you know. A whole gang. Poor Susan, man, her local residents there, her fellow citizenry in South Carolina, they didn't want to be responsible for her death, so they let Susan live. And now she's having those exciting lesbian relationships behind bars that we're reading about in the tabloids. You have read about that?
No.
Oh, yeah. Some people go in behind bars and get good old-time religion. She's just having a good old time, is what we're hearing. Oh, there's Jose Jimenez Gonzalez, your Attorney General.
Director Clark will now make a few remarks.
9,000 plus fugitives captured in nationwide operation. We don't want to get you illegal aliens nervous, but, here we go.
Thank you, Mr. Attorney General. I also want to extend my thanks to the deputies, special agents, troopers, police officers, county sheriffs, and
round
other
them up,
partners
baby.
Who made this
all those
operation
illegals.
successful. In this country, it is suspected that there are literally thousands of people wanted for some sort of sex crime. That's a startling number, but as part of the Attorney General's priority to protect our nation's children and others from sexual predators, We used Operation Falcon as a way to curb that number.
Aren't they all Mexicans,
Just
by the
before
way?
we hit the streets, I told our law enforcement teams that whether you catch one sex offender or 100, they were going to make our children, their communities, and our country safer. In that end, we got more than 1,000 fugitives wanted on sexually related offenses, and I couldn't be more proud of the results. The cynic may look at this and think it's just a way to pat ourselves on the back for doing our jobs, but that would not do justice to what an amazing operation this was.
Amazing. Don't you think it was amazing?
I'm amazed.
Maybe I'm amazed, or maybe I'm amazed. Special Prosecutor Patrick Fitzgerald is said to be mulling perjury or obstruction of justice charges, according to Thursday's LA Times, against Karl Rove. Also, according to the Washington Post, Rove is said to be unsure if he'll be indicted and spent 3 hours before the grand jury yesterday. Rove, for the first time, partly waived his attorney-client privilege to detail conversations he had with his attorney, Robert Luskin, about the leak and his knowledge of it, a source told the Post. The Post says Rove's testimony focused almost exclusively on his conversation about Valerie Plame with Time magazine reporter Matt Cooper in 2003, and whether the top aide later tried to conceal it, the source said. Rove testified, in essence, that it would have been a suicide mission to deliberately lie about his conversation with Cooper because he knew beforehand that it eventually would be revealed, the source said. Lawyers said yesterday that they expect a decision on Rove's fate soon. After several hours, Rove was photographed leaving the courthouse. It wasn't known whether he would return. Rove has been under scrutiny over whether he promptly disclosed to investigators in the grand jury conversations he had with journalists about CIA officer Valerie Plame, whose identity was leaked to the media in the summer of 2003. It is a crime to disclose the identity of a covert CIA agent. Special Prosecutor Fitzgerald is believed to be considering perjury or obstruction charges against Rove, or charges that he offered misstatements to investigators. In other words, lied. Misstatement. Why can't they just say lied through his teeth to cover his ass? Why can't they just say it like that, you know?
Right.
Misstatements. Well, I misspoke, yeah. WQAM, hello. See, when you catch them off guard, they're just not prepared. You hear anybody there on line one? I doubt it. No, don't hear anybody. Good. That was excellent. When you least expect it, I might stick 1 or 2 calls in here this hour. If you got something really important for us, you better just be hopping on it. How are we doing on that poll? We're going to make our 1,000 or what? If we don't, I'm going to blame it on Geldy. I'll tell you that right now. 9:42. We got 36 minutes. Do the math. We need about 1.5 a minute. 9:42. It's still, I just refreshed it, and it's still 9:42. Now, if we would have put some great sportscaster on air, like, I'm trying to think of somebody. Did I leave anybody out?
I know. Me.
Huh? The first, I think Joe Cullinane, was that his name? From Channel 10. I think there were 1 or 2 guys before Weaver. Of course, he wasn't all that good. Atheists identified as America's most distrusted minority, according to a new University of Minnesota study. Oh, look at this all of a sudden now. WQAM, hello.
Hiya, Leon.
WQAM, hello.
They're like, Neil.
Yeah.
This government, they keep lying, man.
Yeah.
I mean, they do their job and they lie about it.
Okay, thanks. Well, we're used to that. We work in radio. Americans increasing, I got a whole bunch of them ringing there, but I'll get to you or not. I got important stuff here, you know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know.
Well, look, I want to get through my pile, okay? I've got my appointed rounds. The Lord called me this morning on the bat phone. Either that or it was Ned Beatty in the ITT boardroom and said, look, dummy, you're on the radio and you got to do your thing. I said, oh, okay, do your duty. And I went in and I did. Americans' increasing acceptance of religious diversity does not extend to those who don't believe in a God, according to a national survey by researchers at the University of Minnesota's Department of Sociology. And by the way, to my neighbor across the street, get lost with that crap, okay, now. Well, I'm telling you, cut the crap, Cindy. From a telephone sampling of more than 2,000 households, university researchers found that Americans rate atheists below Muslims, recent immigrants, gays, and lesbians. What about gay atheists? Oh, wow. My God. How about gay Jewish atheists? Gays and lesbians and other minority groups in sharing their vision of American society. Atheists are also in the minority group. Most Americans are least willing to allow their children to marry. Oh, gee, I guess I'm not going to marry your children. Yeah. Even though atheists are few in number. See, this is such crap. Few in number, not formally organized, and relatively hard to publicly identify. They're seen as a threat to the American way of life by a large portion of the American public. Atheists, who account for about 3% of the U.S. population, offer a glaring exception to the rule of increasing social tolerance over the last 30 years.
About 30, man.
Says Penny Edgell, Associate Sociology Professor and the study's lead researcher. She also argues that today's atheists play the role that Catholics, Jews, and Communists have played in the past. They offer a symbolic moral boundary to membership in American society. It seems most Americans believe that diversity is fine as long as everyone shares a common core of values that makes them trustworthy. In America, that core has historically been religious, she said. Many of the study's respondents associate atheism with an array of moral indiscretions ranging from criminal behavior to rampant materialism and cultural elitism. Not to mention being an old pervert troll, for example.
This is Neil Rogers.
What the hell's wrong with that?
This is 560 QAM.
Sport Hole Radio 560 WQAM presents Two Broadcast Dynamo, Gelby and Wenny.
Hey, everybody, it's Selby. Joining me on the show today is none other than the Prince of Pipe, Wenny Martin. Come on over here. Sit close to me, Wenny. There we go.
Wow. Elevator. The boy for the elevator. Elevator.
You're not stuck in the elevator.
Yeah. And I got quite a property there.
Gloucester Palace?
I was scared. Good thing I'm big and strong.
How'd you get out of there?
Well, they caught it on. There was a play monitor. You can see it on there. Look, watch it. That was me.
Okay. Wow, you are big and strong.
Yeah, but I'm bigger and stronger than you.
I work out like Jackie Wilson, baby. Come on, baby, work out.
Well, I kick your ass. Want to see?
You ain't got nothing on me, pal.
Here.
Oh, I thought Mo was bad.
961 votes. We need 39 votes in 27 minutes. We can do it if you just get your ass in gear.
I'll kick your ass.
That's right. So get on there. Hop on it. Here's a fax that says, please put Jose No Speak Inglés Paneda, the Spanish voice of the Heat on QBA, in your pool. We're going to put that on there, Jose Paneda. I don't know how you're going to put the trill on there because we don't have no trill on there.
No, just leave it off and you can pretend it's there.
Oh, Jose Paneda, because it's got a trill on this fax here. It's pretty trilling. I never heard of him, did you? Being the big Heat fan that you are. I wonder how he says in Espanol. Shock? Oh, speaking of that, horrible story. Two white teenagers severely beaten, sodomized a 16-year-old Hispanic boy who they believed had tried to kiss a 12-year-old white girl at a party in Spring, Texas. In that good old deep south, man. I'm going to tell you seriously. If I had $1 for every redneck in North America, I'd own it. I'd own the continent. It's scary. The attackers forced the boy out of a house party, beat the crap out of him, sodomized him with a metal pipe, shouting epithets associated with being Hispanic, like "you filthy spick," stuff like that. Said Lieutenant John Martin.
What's with the sodomy?
You're the one that's always saying it.
I know. I just.
Well, there you go. It always comes back to the same spot.
Rectum.
That's right. Said Lieutenant John Martin with the Harris County Sheriff's Department in Spring, Texas. They then poured bleach over the boy, apparently trying to destroy DNA evidence, and left him for dead. He wasn't discovered until Sunday, a day after the attack. The victim, who wasn't identified, suffered severe internal injuries and remains in critical condition today. Keith Robert Turner said, did you see the pictures of these two slime balls?
No, I haven't heard
oh,
the stories
my
on that.
God. Even the guys up in the woods in Deliverance would have run away from these two. That's how scary they look. Keith Robert Turner, 17, and David Henry Tuck, that's with a T, 18, are charged with aggravated sexual assault, investigators said. Prosecutors are considering whether to attach hate crime charges, but unless the victim dies, the possible penalty would be the same. If the boy dies and it's ruled a hate crime, attackers could face the death penalty. Good. Fry their ass, man. Get the needle, Watson, quickly. The case has been turned over to the Homicide Division. Authorities said bonded $100,000 for Turner and $20,000 for Tuck. Spring is a middle-class, largely white suburb of 36,000 residents located about 10 miles north of the Houston city line. Oh, brother. It's old redneck heaven, man, where trailer trash runs the roost. In fact, look what we got for president. That should tell it all. There you go. Good old Texas boy. By way of Connecticut or wherever the hell that clan is from. Look at that. More than 1,000 mumps cases suspected in Iowa. Let's spread a rumor that's a terrorist thing.
It's a terrorist thing.
Oh, okay. And that they're also rounding up all the illegals today, especially the ones who've got mumps. If you have mumps or lumps, you're going to wind up in the dump. 965. We need 35 in 24 minutes. That should be doable, I would think, huh? See, actually, when I first came in this morning, I thought, nah, we're not going to get, because I didn't put this on until like 12:30 last night when I came back from my late plunge at Woodbine. From fighting to try to get some of my money back, which I did there toward the ass end. It was okay. I found a good machine, man. In fact, if I would have stayed there, but it was just too damn late. You know, I hate to do that. Never leave a good machine.
Oh, look what somebody's faxing to us right now. Can't wait to send this to you.
The story about Spring, Texas?
9-month-old Delray boy dies after dad throws him in a canal.
Oh, the one I just read a half an hour ago? Yeah. Thank you so much, but you're a little bit late. And by the way, President Washington's still looking for his wooden teeth. 965 votes. Come on, let's get on the stick here, man. You people are so... That would be another... on that poll we had yesterday, so many adjectives for South Florida and the people who are there. But brain dead, I guess, that covers this whole deal, you know? Try to motivate South Florida. It's like trying to have a party in a cemetery. Hey, everybody, let's go! It's like that. XM Satellite Radio Holdings Incorporated reported a wider loss for its first quarter today, while revenues more than doubled as the company continues its rush to sign up subscribers. In other words, they're signing up more people, but they're losing their ass. XM, the larger of the nation's two satellite radio providers, and I'm serious about that, lost $151 million or 60 cents a share in the 3 months. That's just in the first quarter, ended March 31, versus a loss of $122 million or 58 cents a share in the first quarter of last year. Revenues climbed to $208 million from 102.6 as the company's subscriber count swelled to 6.5 million, up 72% from 3.8 million the same time a year ago. In the most recent quarter, XM signed up 569,000 subscribers. So in other words, they're signing on more people, but they're losing a lot more money. XM and its smaller rival Sirius Satellite Radio are spending heavily to sign up subscribers and programming talent to their businesses, which offer dozens of channels of talk, news, and music for fees of about $13 a month. This week, XM announced the unusual agreement under which its shock jock team of Greg Opie Hughes and Anthony Cumia would appear on 7 stations owned by CBS, which lost its own star Howard Stern to Sirius at the beginning of the year. Opie and Anthony, bada beep, bada boop, we know all about them and about St. Patrick's Cathedral, and we applaud them for that. Even though William Donahue was very pissed off about it, but now he likes him.
Yeah, apparently they.
Maybe they've converted. Maybe they've seen the blight. Maybe they made a nice donation to the Catholic Church.
Probably.
God only knows. Maybe they know where a lot of altar boys live. I have no idea. But all of a sudden, he sure turned it around, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it reminds me of those days, and you're the one that always has to tell me what was the name of the commission with the movies in the 30s?
Hayes.
The Hayes Commission. See, if I would just do word association and think of Dr. John Hayes.
Or Purple.
Or Purple Hayes, or Gabby Hayes. Or Rutherford B. Hayes, our 19th president.
Mm-hmm.
Then I would remember the Hayes Commission. It's the same thing with the Catholic Church. It's just arbitrarily, as if this is in the Vatican or something, says, oh, well, this is the way it's going to be. We're going to censor the movies, and we're going to censor what Opie and Anthony are going to do, and we're going to pass judgment. Who the hell cares what William Donahue thinks about it, you know?
Right.
I don't even care what Phil Donahue thinks.
He's a lunatic.
William Donahue? Yeah, but he likes to clench his teeth.
Oh, I know.
He's always angry. He's always angry. In fact, he's probably one of the guys that voted on that I hate, period. Period. I hate dot. 9:74. We got 21 minutes, and we need 26 votes. Boy, that should be real easy. 9:76. 21 minutes and 24 votes. See, I'm a little bit afraid not to keep pumping this, because if I ease off, then it will get to right to the precipice, and then Geldy will come on. 9:77. You see, they're pouring in. Mm-hmm. By the way, just a mention of Geldy. As a matter of fact, if we don't get to the 1,000, Geldy's on the rest of the week.
This is Neil Rogers.
From 10 to 4.
This is 560 QAM.
Absolutely.
People want to make me go, talking about my immigration, but I still got some lawns to mow, talking about my immigration. The jobs I do, man, they're awfully hard, talking about my immigration. Hope nobody asks for my green card, talking about my immigration. My immigration is sick. They want me to go away. Talking about my immigration. But who's gonna work for this kind of pay? Talking about my immigration. If you can build a wall around your whole nation. Talking about my immigration. Digging tunnels is my other occupation. Talking about my immigration. Alienation, baby. Hey, mister, need some dishes washed, man? cut your bushes. Somebody would cut the bushes.
I kick your ass.
145 at 560 WQAM. I guarantee we can play that for 4 hours and get an 80 share. Easy. Make no mistake.
I kick your ass.
Yeah. Call the I Kick Your Ass segment. 993 votes. We need only 7 more. When it's so close and yet so far, you can almost reach out and touch greatness. There's Mickey Chertoff on TV. Heck of a job, Mikey. Mickey, whatever you're 994. Only 6 to go. If we can't do that in 14 minutes, we might as well fold up our pup tent and go home. In fact, let's just, because Hank got off early this morning because he couldn't hear us, so let's just leave now. Hingham, Massachusetts. You know, I don't know why you let me talk to all those idiots today because it ate up so much of my valuable time here. I got a really great article by Bob Herbert.
I'm sorry. I won't do it again until tomorrow.
Yeah, why'd you let me do that? Well, you're the one who likes the calls.
That's
that
right.
Josh?
Especially several times over from the same people.
Josh says he likes the calls best if he has to screen them. Well, that's going to start next week. Bob Herbert stuck with Bush. No, Josh likes the part where he just pots it down. That's his new thing now.
The fade.
Yeah, just fade away. A retired Roman Catholic priest already waiting trial on child rape charges, facing new charges molesting a mentally retarded person. Lovely. Anthony Lorano, 81, was arrested Tuesday at his Hull home, that's Hull, Massachusetts, on 4 counts of indecent assault and battery on a mentally retarded person who lived near him. The Plymouth District Attorney's Office is not releasing the person's age or gender, but the alleged assaults took place at various times over the past 4 years, spokeswoman Bridget Norton Middleton said. Lorano pleaded not guilty at his arraignment in Hingham District Court on Tuesday and was released on personal recognizance. He's free on bail after he was indicted a year ago on 2 counts of rape of a child, stemming from allegations that he assaulted an 8-year-old boy 15 years ago while pastor of St. Mary's Church in Plymouth, while a father. For your father. Prosecutors asked that Lorano's bail be revoked, that he be held, but the judge denied the request. Lorano, retired in 1995, was placed on administrative leave and was barred from performing any priestly duties since 2002, according to a statement from the Boston Archdiocese. He's scheduled to return to court on new charges May 24. He also faces a court hearing on the old charges sometime in May. How about real soon, like El Cinco de Mayo, in honor of, whatever that is, Jose Marti, Simon Bolivar, Bolivar. How is Fernando Magellan doing, Mo?
How's he doing what?
How come we don't teach anybody about all those great explorers, huh?
Well, they try. People don't listen.
People don't pay attention. That's the important stuff, man. Christopher Columbus, that great Jewish sailor. The CIA has operated more than 1,000 secret flights over EU territory in the past 5 years, some to transfer terror suspects in practice known as extraordinary rendition. They come up with all these, we got the road map, we got the quintet, we got rendition. An investigation by the European Parliament says the figure is significantly higher than previously thought. EU parliamentarians who conducted the investigation conclude that incidents when terror suspects were handed over to U.S. agents did not appear to be isolated. They said the suspects were often transported around Europe on the same planes by agents whose names repeatedly came up in their investigation. They accused the CIA of kidnapping terror suspects, and said those responsible for monitoring air safety regulations revealed the unusual flight paths to and from European airports. The report's author, Italian MEP Claudio Fava, suggested some EU governments knew about the flights. How about Menage a la Miseria instead of saying Marron? We got into a thing about that yesterday. Josh thought Marron was a bad... I mean, technically, I don't know what it might mean, like, oh, crap, but at any rate.
Yeah, I thought it was a color.
No, that's in Spanish. It's brown.
I'm surprised you knew that. No, none of the Spanish people around here knew that.
What?
No, I thought I was making a joke. I was like maroon.
No, marron.
Yeah, I was making a bad joke.
Maroon? Maroon. Menage a la miseria. Chipiki. Wow. He suggested flight plans and airport logs made it hard to believe that many of the stopovers were refueling missions. The CIA has on several occasions clearly been responsible for kidnapping and illegally detaining alleged terrorists on the territory of EU member states, as well as for extraordinary rendition, said Mr. Fava, I love his beans, as member of the European Parliament Socialist Group. Nice Chianti and some fava beans. That's one of those movies, as much as I liked it, I've seen it about 400 times since then, I really don't need to see it again.
I ate his liver with some fava beans and a nice Chianti.
Yeah, it probably was really Grandma Boone. Mark in Hallandale Beach, there's nothing worse than he's becoming almost as chronic on a fax machine as your other friend Mark, who we haven't heard from in a while, thank God. You know what I mean?
What do you mean?
Didn't we start this morning? Well, let's end today. We started this morning with a fax from Mark. I forget what the hell it was about.
It was fine. And this one says, in response to the article you read this hour stating that atheists are not to be trusted, a 1995 poll conducted by the U.S. Department of Justice revealed that 80 to 90% of U.S. inmates have a religious affiliation. Let the believers stick that in their pipe and smoke it. Says Mark, your heathen bug from Alabama. But you're okay in our book, Mark, but don't cut the crap. Senate panel calls for abolishing FEMA. I don't have time to get to that. Americans want third major political party. See, here's the funny part of it. Yeah. Many adults in the U.S. believe there should be a viable alternative to Republicans and Democrats, according to a poll by the Princeton Survey Research Associates for Pew Research Center for People in the Press. 53% of people believe there should be a third major political party, up 3 points since June of 2004. But, well, the problem is we've had other parties, but they suck, you know. Ralph Nader, that jackass, that egotist running as Reform Party candidate, in 2004 got .34, got a third of a point of all cast ballots.
Yeah, and then there were the Whigs.
Yeah, but Mo got rid of his. Michael, and of course Dave Van Boring. Oh, my God, talk about a bad piece. Michael Badnarik of the Libertarian Party was fourth in the race with .32%, followed by Michael Peroutka of the Constitution Party with .11%, and David Cobb of the Green Party at .09%. 9/100ths, not even a tenth of a percent, 9/100ths of a percent. So they're looking for an alternative, but they just haven't found it yet. Maybe Wolf Blitzkrieg could do it. Call it the PP, the Pedantic Party.
This is Neil Rogers. This is 560 QAM.
You get a lot of it. With Neil Rogers on Sports Hole Radio, WQAM.
Get me a ticket for an aeroplane. Got to get on the Wheel of Fortune game. I just got to win. Spin the wheel again. Oh, Vanna, pick me a letter. Bankrupt? What do you mean bankrupt? I don't care how much money I got to spend. Can't stand to look at Fat Jack again. Won't throw in the towel till I buy your vowel. Oh, Vanna, pick me a letter. Hey, man, what do you mean there's no S in phone? Vanna, pick me a letter. No one does it any better. I dream about you. Hey, Vanna, is that an all over 10 or what? Vanna, I don't understand why you make $100 grand. Not for me to say. Anyway, get me a ticket for an aeroplane. Gonna be on the Wheel of Fortune game. I just got to win. Spin the wheel again. Oh, Vanna, pick me a letter. Go, Vanna, go, baby, go. All right. Hey, get out of my face, Pat. Is that a toupee? Hey, is there an L in that word? Is it lowrider? All right, lowrider. Forget the letter, man. I'll take Vanna White. You're beautiful, baby. You and me could play the home game. Got me a ticket for an aeroplane. All right. I'm on the Wheel of Fortune game. I just love that sound. I'm in the bonus round. Hey, Vanna, pick me a letter. Lose a turn. Hey, Pat, lose this. Vanna, pick me a letter. No one does it any better. I dream about you. All right, that isn't all over 10. Vanna, I don't mean to stare, but are you wearing underwear? Not for me to say. Anyway, I don't care how much money I got to spend. Can't stand to look at that Jack again. Won't throw in the towel till I buy your vowel. Oh, Vanna, pick me a letter. Please, Vanna, pick me a letter. All right, I'm ready to pick, baby. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. That should cover it, huh? All right, I'll take the sofa, the blender, the microwave, the refrigerator. Hey, man, Pat, what do you mean $500 for a black and white 5-inch portable TV set? You got ripped off, man. My brother-in-law can get it for you wholesale. Give me the money and I'll buy the TV set, man, all right? Hey, Vanna, come on, baby.
Vanna just turned 87, and from the look on her face, man, looks like a long time since she had a good vowel movement. 1,009 votes. We made our 1,000. Let's hear it for this audience, man. Oh! There you go. No extra charge for that. 1,009. Aren't you excited?
No.
Josh never thought we'd do it.
I always think we're going to get 1,000.
Well, just wait. I'll tell you what. Let's not change the poll till about 9:55 tomorrow. Although, of course, everybody's going to be tuning all around town tomorrow to find out if the crossover is as exciting as it was this morning. So anyway, Hank, that was just...
yeah, we'll see if we can arrange that again.
Okay, let's work on it. South Florida's best play-by-play sportscaster of all time is, I hate this poll, 165.
That's what I voted.
Rick Weaver, 156. That's what I voted. Joe Angel, 113, a very respectable second. I hate sports, 111. Well, All I can say to you is...
You fairy.
And not only that, but...
I kick your ass.
Right. Oh. Bill Zimfer, 72. Sonny Hurst, 68. Mo Howard David did 54. Luke Shabby, 46. Dave O'Brien, 43. Eric Reed, 29. Joe Zagacki, 27. I just hate the ... 22. Everything. David Halberstam, 19. Geldy, 17. He's sitting by right now, as a matter of fact. Geldy's going to... Mark Vandermeer, 16. Jeff Reamer, 10. Anybody want to buy Rimmer dinner?
No.
Judge McDonald, 8. Dave Van Horn, only 8. Not too good. Len Casper, 7. Jimmy Syphilis, 5. Christina Moron, 4. Dave Strader, 4. Mike Inglis, 1. And Rich Waltz, 1. You didn't put that Julio guy in there.
Bye.